From scorching deserts that sear the skin to towering mountains where clouds meld with ancient rock, nature is a wordless epic, fierce and majestic. The vast African savannas stretch endlessly, where the horizon blurs between the azure sky and the parched earth. This is not just a landscape, it is the soul of life. An eternal arena where survival and destruction clash. Here, it seems as though God has painted a masterpiece with bold, contrasting hues. Golden grasslands stretch like an ancient, time-worn carpet, yet beneath this arid surface lies a vibrant, unstoppable world of energy. Every moment here is a dance of life, a stage for ceaseless battles. Predators glide through the darkness, silent as a whispering breeze, while their prey has no room for error. They must run, they must fight, and they must gamble everything to survive. A single misstep could be their final farewell to life. This unforgiving land shows no mercy. Life here is forged in a blazing furnace, each creature a piece of steel, enduring the heat and relentless wear to become stronger, sharper. Only the most resilient, the warriors of nature, can endure and prevail through these trials. Welcome to the fierce survival stories of the wild savanna. As the first rays of light pierce through the night, touching the grasslands of the savanna, Africa awakens in a moment of pure enchantment. The sky blazes with mystical hues of orange, as if nature itself has lit the torch of a new day. Yet amidst this breathtaking scene, peace is a luxury. The savanna never truly rests. Here, life and death clash without mercy, like light and shadow wrestling on the grand canvas of creation. In this untamed wilderness, the great herds begin their perilous migration. Millions of creatures leave their shelters, journeying toward distant water sources like pilgrims, wagering everything on a fragile glimmer of hope. Yet on this path, no place is truly safe. Hidden within the tall, sun-bleached grass, lions lie in wait. They move like shapeless phantoms, their eyes glowing in the dawn's light. A single leap, a fatal bite, every movement is a masterful act of destruction. Further afield, leopards and African wild dogs chase down zebras and antelopes. Here, survival doesn't belong to the strongest, but to the wisest. Beneath the still waters of the flooded savanna, the oldest predators lie in wait. Crocodiles, motionless warriors, rest beneath the surface like living shadows, waiting for the wild herds to cross the river. As zebras brave the treacherous waters, only 7 out of 10 will reach the other side. The rest vanish forever into sharp jaws and swirling currents of fate. The savanna doesn't just test strength, it challenges patience, willpower, and endurance. Every creature here, predator or prey, is a warrior in the brutal battle for survival. Every breath is a decision, every stride a gamble. Savanna, the wild heart of Africa, where nature showcases timeless beauty and power. Spanning approximately 20% of the Earth's land surface, the savanna is a golden expanse of grasslands shimmering under the sun. Like an endless carpet stretching to the horizon. It is more than just a landmass. It is a unique biome and ecosystem where sprawling grasslands merge seamlessly with scattered trees. Sunlight filters through, nurturing the lush grasses below and transforming the savanna into a majestic stage for life. The African savanna, one of the planet's oldest and richest ecosystems, has witnessed nature's great transformations over millions of years. As dense forests receded and arid climates took hold, the savanna emerged, a new world, harsh yet brimming with life. Here, survival demanded adaptation or extinction. The African grasslands now cover approximately 5 million square miles, equivalent to 65% of the continent's area, stretching across nations like Kenya, Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, and Namibia. With the arrival of the rains, the savanna bursts back to life, its vast fields blanketed in vibrant green. Yet, in a fleeting moment, the rains vanish, leaving behind a parched land, a relentless trial for its inhabitants, a test imposed by the spirit of the savanna. The savanna is home to over 8,000 plant species, from sprawling grasses to thorny shrubs and towering trees. These plants not only provide sustenance for millions of creatures, but also act as colossal climate regulators. Among its wildlife, the savanna hosts over 1,500 mammal species, from colossal grazers like elephants and giraffes to apex predators like lions, leopards, and African wild dogs. In the skies, more than 2,000 bird species soar, from tiny migratory birds to majestic birds of prey, painting the vast heavens with their flight. Beneath the waters, the wetlands shelter over 500 aquatic species and 400 reptile species, all forming an intricate food chain orchestrated with meticulous precision, a masterpiece of the creator's design. The African savanna is not just a land, it is the beating heart of an entire continent. Here, the rhythm of life is dictated by the interplay of wet and dry seasons, and nature paints a vivid canvas of unparalleled biodiversity. Sprawling beneath an endless sky, the savanna is not merely an ecosystem, but an eternal symbol of life, resilient, powerful, and wondrous. At the heart of the tropical savanna ecosystem, proudly sprawling across the Serengeti grasslands, lies a mesmerizing natural wonder covering over 12,000 square miles, stretching from Tanzania to Kenya. The Serengeti is more than just a land. It is a living canvas of life, an eternal symphony composed by nature over millions of years. It is one of the oldest and most biodiverse grasslands on Earth, home to over 70 species of large mammals and 500 species of birds, painting an unparalleled and breathtaking landscape. From November to May, as rain showers rejuvenate the land, lush green grass blankets the plains, creating a paradise for herbivores. But when the dry season begins in June and stretches through October, that paradise fades. The grasslands wither, water becomes scarce, and the struggle for survival begins. 1.5 million wildebeests, 250,000 zebras, and hundreds of thousands of other herbivores gather into massive herds to embark on an epic journey spanning over 1,800 miles. This is not merely a journey, it is a battle for survival. These animals must cross arid plains, navigate treacherous terrain, ford raging rivers teeming with crocodiles, and evade predators lurking in the shadows. Every moment is a confrontation between life and death, an unrelenting display of nature's raw power. Yet, despite the ever-present dangers, the herds press on. Masai Mara, a promised land with verdant grasslands and abundant water, beckons like a dream at the end of this arduous path. Here, life is renewed. Herbivores drive the regeneration of vegetation, while predators maintain the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Every species plays its part, contributing to a miraculous biological cycle, a never-ending circle of life that ensures the survival of the savanna. Within the vast savanna ecosystem, the Serengeti stands as a colossal arena spanning over 12,000 square miles, where millions of creatures intertwine in an endless cycle of life and death. This is not merely a wondrous natural expanse, but a vivid testament to the wisdom and magnificence of the Creator. In this perfect masterpiece, every creature, from the smallest to the mightiest, carries a purpose for existence, contributing to the remarkable balance that only God could orchestrate. Zebras, antelopes, and other herbivores not only create the idyllic scenery of the Serengeti, but also serve as a vital lifeline for the 3,000 to 3,500 lions, the uncrowned kings of the grasslands. According to the Wildlife Conservation Society, approximately 6,000 wildebeests and thousands of zebras fall prey to these great cats every year. Yet this is not destruction. It is the Creator's way of maintaining population balance, ensuring the Serengeti's life cycle continues harmoniously without excess or scarcity. Lions, scientifically known as Panthera leo, are masterpieces of creation, a symbol of strength, pride, and resilience. As the second largest big cat after the Siberian tiger, they are Africa's apex predators. But the title King of the Grasslands is not derived from individual strength alone. It comes from unity, a gift bestowed by the Creator, enabling them to lead the savanna. A pride of lions typically consists of 10 to 15 members, with lionesses as the primary hunters. They patiently select their targets, often focusing on the old, weak, or young, and execute ambush strategies with unparalleled precision. Their coordinated efforts are a breathtaking display of mastery, crafted by the Creator's meticulous hand. But a lion's hunting prowess goes beyond sheer strength. What truly makes them master predators is the intelligence bestowed upon them by the Creator. Lions do not charge blindly at their prey. They analyze, evaluate, and meticulously craft their strategy. They understand that patience is a golden key, and in every hunt, they display the composure of seasoned warriors, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. In particular, lionesses, the most exceptional hunters, are the embodiment of coordination and calculated precision. Gifted by God with an incredible ability to work as a team, they divide their tasks flawlessly. Some distract and confuse the prey, while others silently lie in wait to ambush from multiple angles. Every hunt is like a symphony, where each movement is executed with perfect harmony. This is no coincidence, but a gift from the Creator, who designed this intricate masterpiece of life. Meanwhile, a male lion, with a roar that can echo up to 5 miles, serves as the pride's protector. With their strength and majestic presence, they fend off invaders, from rival male lions to packs of ravenous hyenas. The male lion's power is not only in its muscles or roar, but in its divine role as guardian, a responsibility granted by the Creator to maintain balance within the ecosystem. The Serengeti, with its extraordinary beauty and delicate balance, is a gift from the Creator to the world, a masterpiece where every brushstroke, every creature, holds profound meaning. Here, lions are not merely predators. They are embodiments of leadership, authority, and the divine order that God has bestowed upon the natural world. Serengeti, along with its kings of the grasslands, is an eternal hymn of life, a place where humanity can witness and feel the presence of God in every breath of nature. As night falls over the savanna grasslands, the vast expanse is cloaked in a mysterious black veil, woven with the delicate silver threads of moonlight and the shimmering brilliance of countless stars. The air grows still, filled only with the whispers of the wind brushing through the tall grasses like nature's soft lullaby. Within this serene silence, majestic silhouettes begin to stir. Great predators, the uncrowned kings of the grasslands, the lions. Endowed by the Creator with unparalleled hunting skills, lions move with grace and calculated intent. Each step they take blends seamlessly with the rhythm of the earth, producing not a single sound. Their golden eyes, sharp and piercing like blades, scan the darkness, detecting even the slightest movement. These lions are not mere hunters. They are the embodiment of strength and intelligence, masterpieces shaped by God to sustain the perpetual circle of life. From the shadows, pairs of glowing eyes observe with patience, waiting for the perfect moment. The pride begins to execute its strategy. The lionesses, silent as phantoms, spread out in 2 flanking groups, forming a near-perfect encirclement. The lions charge forward, their muscles rippling with raw power, their speed as swift as lightning. A perfectly timed leap ends the chase, quick, precise, as if the outcome of this hunt had already been preordained by God's hand. There is no chaos, no waste. God has taught the lions to hunt as an art, to aim true, use their strength with precision, and master every pursuit. When fragile lion cubs are born, the lioness becomes a devoted mother, carrying the sacred mission of protecting and nurturing the next generation. In her gentle yet vigilant eyes, we see boundless love woven by the hand of the Creator himself. The den where she shelters her cubs is not merely a refuge, but a fortress guarded with unparalleled courage and strength. Whether it's the howls of hyenas echoing outside or dangers lurking in the shadows, the lioness stands resolute, ready to sacrifice everything to keep her little ones safe. Every drop of milk she gives her cubs is not just nourishment, it is a symbol of profound sacrifice. In those early days of life, when the cubs are weak and helpless, they are cradled in their mother's warmth, shielded by her soft fur that feels like God's embrace, protecting them from the harsh realities of the savanna. Her eyes never leave her cubs, and her ears remain attuned to every faint sound. This unwavering focus and love are a testament to the maternal instinct that only the Creator could have instilled. As the cubs grow strong enough to step out of the den, the lioness becomes their most dedicated teacher. She teaches them to observe, to stalk with patience, to charge and seize their target with astonishing precision. Every step, every playful pounce, and every mock hunt is a valuable lesson, divinely inspired for her to pass on. At times, the lioness feigns failure to encourage her cubs to learn, but when danger looms, she does not hesitate to leap into action, risking her life to protect them. Even in times of hardship, when hunger grips the pride, the lioness prioritizes her cubs, giving them the scarce food she has. Her powerful muscles may grow weak, but the heart of a mother never falters. This is more than sacrifice. It is unconditional love, a love the Creator has etched into every breath and heartbeat of her being. The sight of a lioness grooming, playing with, protecting, and teaching her cubs is breathtakingly beautiful, a hymn to motherhood that God has delicately placed in this world. In these moments, it is not just life continuing, it is the unmistakable presence of the Creator who has imbued nature with the essence of love. A lioness does not just raise her cubs, she nurtures hope, sustains the circle of life, and safeguards the perfect balance of the natural world. With every step she takes, and every moment she bows to tend to her young, the light of the Creator shines across the savanna, reminding us that love and life are the most wondrous miracles He has created. As dawn drenches the savanna in a golden blaze, a shadow moves stealthily through the towering grass, blending into nature as if it had never existed. It does not roar like a lion, nor does it cause chaos like a pack of hyenas. It has no need to flaunt its power because it is power itself, the very embodiment of death. A predator sculpted by the hands of creation with absolute perfection, swift as a lightning strike, ruthless as fate, and vanishing like an illusion. The leopard, Panthera pardus, the phantom of the grasslands, the invisible assassin of the deep forests. It does not fight with brute force or rely on a pack for survival. No earth-shaking roars, no thunderous footsteps, only suffocating silence, a chilling prelude to an inevitable end. This is a hunter like no other, solitary, silent, and lethal. Forged by nature into a machine of predation, the leopard is a masterpiece of speed, strength, and merciless precision. Every step it takes is a prophecy of death, every leap a silent execution. It does not chase, it waits, it does not pursue, it lurks. And when the moment comes, in a single breath, it strikes like a blade slicing through the night. Claws sharp as scythes sink deep into flesh. Jaws powerful enough to crush bone lock in an unrelenting grip. No screams, no struggle, just the absolute silence of a life stolen in an instant. But the leopard's strength is not just in its fangs or its terrifying speed. It hunts, not just with force, but with intelligence. When its prey believes it is safe, the leopard has already been there. While others waste time chasing across the vast plains, it drags its kill high into the treetops, feasting undisturbed, beyond the reach of lions and hyenas. It does not just hunt, it disappears. No other predator on Earth has mastered the art of invisibility quite like the leopard. It is darkness within light, silence amidst chaos, an unseen ruler of the wild. Whether in dense jungles, sprawling savannas, or snow-laden cliffs, nothing can contain it. Nature has gifted the leopard the most fearsome weapon of all, absolute adaptability. And as the night falls, as the weak drift into uneasy slumber, haunted by primal fears, it rises once more from the shadows, silent, unseen, and a chilling reminder that in the wild, it is not the strongest that are the most terrifying, but those who remain unseen, yet are always present. This young bud is very tired. He was lying on the tree, gasping for breath. In the past year, he has been living a nomadic life. Searching for a piece of his territory, he is only 3 years old, finally managed to occupy a territory his new home is spread across every leopard print stream. But Olimba is young, very hungry and inexperienced. A delicious meal that seems to be within reach. It's so tempting what he has to do. The sheep are near the edge of the groove. There is an optimum attack distance. Otherwise they will be left behind by their prey. Olimba must be at a distance from the prey. A surprise attack can only be launched within 4.5 meters. For the flower treasure that is hunting, close is never close enough. Almost within range of Olimba, he just has to wait for him to come a little closer. When the deer let down his guard, he was like a bolt of lightning, 10 kilometers as fast. He chases him, it's hard to fly. Finally, Flower Treasure passes a beautiful fall. The two of you hug each other like a couple. The enemy of one's life, it's like getting out of the game with prey in your mouth. Leopards are also fast. The deer also found an opportunity to get away. Obviously, it's too late. I can only turn my head to find trouble with the flower newspaper, just silently walk away to find. On the vast plains of the Serengeti, where life and death are separated by a single breath, a golden blur streaks across the landscape like a lightning bolt. No deafening roar, no ambush from the shadows like the leopard. This predator doesn't need to hide, nor does it rely on the strength of a pack. It is the embodiment of pure speed, a lone warrior engineered by nature for the ultimate race of survival. The cheetah, Acinonyx jubatus, the undisputed king of speed, a master of the wind, and a predator that turns raw acceleration into its deadliest weapon. In a world where lions and hyenas dominate through strength and teamwork, the cheetah takes a different path, one ruled by speed, precision, and an unmatched killer instinct. Nature has sculpted the cheetah's body with absolute perfection. It doesn't have the bone-crushing bite of a lion or the brute force of a hyena, but what it does have is a marvel of evolution. Its long, flexible spine acts like a biological spring, stretching and contracting with every stride, allowing it to cover up to 23 feet, 7 meters, in a single bound. Its long, lightweight legs generate explosive force, propelling it forward with staggering acceleration. In just 3 seconds, the cheetah can reach nearly 60 miles per hour, 100 kilometers per hour, the same speed as a high-performance sports car. But speed alone isn't enough. The cheetah isn't just a mindless sprinter, it's a strategist. It reads the terrain, predicts every move of its prey, and even uses the wind to its advantage. When an antelope makes the smallest mistake, a mistimed leap, a moment of hesitation, a slight misstep, the cheetah strikes. This isn't just a chase, it's a high-stakes pursuit. As its prey twists and turns in desperation, the cheetah adjusts instantly, using its long tail like a rudder, allowing it to change direction mid-sprint without losing momentum. Unlike other big cats, the cheetah's claws don't retract, giving it extra grip on the ground and razor-sharp precision in every turn. Each maneuver is flawless, a breathtaking display of speed, agility, and deadly accuracy. Then comes the final blow. A swift swipe to the prey's hind leg sends it crashing to the ground in a swirl of dust. Within seconds, the cheetah pins it down, jaws clamping tightly around the throat, cutting off its air supply. No struggle, no second chances, just silence. But even after a successful hunt, the cheetah has no time to celebrate. It lacks the strength to defend its kill. A single lion, a pack of hyenas, or even a stealthy leopard can smell blood from miles away, ready to steal its hard-earned meal. If the cheetah doesn't eat quickly, it risks losing everything. Unlike lions, who feast and then rest under the shade, the cheetah must always stay on high alert. If a larger predator arrives, it has no choice but to flee, because the cheetah wasn't built to fight. It was born to run. And if it ever gets injured, if it ever slows down, its reign as the fastest animal on land will come to an end, along with its life. Though it is one of the most fearsome predators on the plains, the cheetah is also a mother of unyielding strength. She does not hunt just to survive. She hunts to protect, to feed, and to raise her fragile cubs in a world filled with danger. Unlike lions, she has no pride to defend her. Unlike hyenas, she has no clan to share the burden. Alone, she must shelter her young, teach them to hunt, to hide, and to survive in a land where threats lurk in every shadow. The first 18 months of a cheetah cub's life are the most perilous. Lions, hyenas, even leopards would kill them without hesitation. The odds of survival are grim. Only 10 to 20% of cubs ever reach adulthood. But the cheetah mother does not give up. She is always moving, always searching for safety, always vanishing into the tall grass to keep her cubs hidden from predators. When they are old enough, she teaches them the art of the hunt, every step, every pounce, every failure, and every success. She knows that one day her cubs must face the wild alone. They must learn to run, to fight, and to survive without her. Yet no matter how fast the cheetah runs, it cannot outrun the dangers closing in. Habitat destruction, human expansion, and rising competition from larger predators are pushing this species to the brink of extinction. As of 2023, the IUCN estimates that only about 200 cheetahs remain in the Serengeti. As night falls over the Serengeti and the cold wind whispers through the swaying grass, somewhere, a cheetah mother still watches over her cubs. She knows the road ahead will not be easy. She knows the dangers are relentless, but she also knows one thing for certain. As long as she can run, as long as she can fight, she will never stop. It has been 4 months since these 3 cheetahs hunted a young antelope. The daughters of Mara, the cheetah, are now 1 year old. Their mother is still teaching them how to hunt. This time, they've set their sights on a herd of Thompson's gazelles grazing nearby. This moment, they are stealthily targeting the gazelles in the grasslands. The cheetahs use their fur's natural color to blend into the tall grass. They crouch low and slowly inch closer to the gazelles. The unsuspecting gazelles continue grazing, unaware of the approaching danger. At this moment, the gazelles seem to sense something. A slight commotion begins to stir. The cheetah suddenly lunges forward, engaging these prey in a life and death chase. This particular gazelle gave them quite the challenge. One of the cheetahs pursues it. Mara is left panting heavily, but one of her daughters is ready to step in and help. For the first time, she participates in the hunt. Mara's daughters don't yet realize that this hunt will be their last one together with their mother. It marks the beginning of their independent lives. These 2 young cheetahs are now 14 months old. Their mother left a week ago and now they must survive on their own. Mother cheetahs do not abandon their cub son till they have fully learned hunting skills. That usually happens around 18 months of age. They will have to face life on their own. Sooner than expected, they will roam the vast savanna, searching for prey, keeping a low profile, avoiding enemies, but they are far from being ready. The roar of the cheetah could not scare away these powerful enemies. Mara's daughters were no match for the hyenas with teeth that could crush bones. They couldn't compete in numbers. This time, the hungry hyenas gave up. The 2 sisters returned to their own territory. The cheetah has seen its prey, but to catch them means traversing rough, muddy terrain, and that is the cheetah's challenge. This new hunt must succeed no matter the difficulty because they are starving. The cheetah cubs are now using the same technique as Mara to approach their prey. They try to be as unnoticed as possible, blend into their surroundings, and when the time is right, they will attack. Just as they learned from their mother, one of the sisters comes to help control the prey. The prey tries to escape, but it is scared. The young cheetahs are very alert now. This time, they will not let the prey escape. Finally, one of the cheetahs grabbed the prey by the throat, ready to bite it. The cheetah began to tear the prey was still alive to eat. As usual, the hyenas were waiting for their chance. Once again, faced with these fearsome carnivores, the two young cheetahs were helpless. To survive, Mara's daughters must live a wandering life, searching for new lands. When faced with enemies, we can only hope they will unite together. Mara is still alive, but she has become a lone cheetah. For 100 years, the cheetah has been hunted and threatened by human activity. At the beginning of the 20th century, there were 100,000 cheetahs in the wild. Now there are only 7,000 left. Their shared habitat is also shrinking rapidly. If humans continue to ignore the fate of the cheetah, the world's fastest animal will be pushed to the brink of extinction. And like the first cheetah in African legend, Mara and her sisters might also cease to exist, becoming nothing more than a legend.
Where the rainforest and the savanna collide, like two rivers merging into one, a land of contrast and beauty emerges. A place where the lush embrace of the trees meets the open vastness of the grasslands, where the winds carry the breath of two worlds, blending into a single, untamed rhythm of the wild. This is the homeland of one of Africa's most extraordinary animals, the African giraffe, Giraffa camelopardalis, the gentle giants of the savanna. They are living towers of nature, tall, graceful, and utterly unmistakable. A fully grown giraffe can stand up to 18.7 feet, 5.7 meters tall, making it the tallest land animal on Earth. Towering over the grasslands, they stretch their long necks toward the treetops, reaching heights no other herbivore can. With coats patterned in a mosaic of unique markings, no two giraffes are ever the same. Each one a masterpiece sculpted by nature itself. But their height is not their only defining feature. They wear a natural crown upon their heads. Unlike their relatives, African giraffes have up to 5 horn-like structures, a rare trait among mammals. Their large, gentle eyes scan the horizon, capable of detecting the slightest movement from afar, allowing them to anticipate danger before it arrives. They do not roar to claim dominance, yet they remain untouchable titans of the wilderness. Yet the African giraffe is more than just a silent giant. It is the unsung gardener of the savanna. With a tongue reaching nearly 18 inches, 45 centimeters long, it effortlessly strips leaves from towering branches, feeding on vegetation that few others can access. But this simple act has profound consequences for the ecosystem. As giraffes graze, they naturally prune the trees, preventing overgrowth and allowing sunlight to reach the smaller plants below. By bending and breaking branches, they reshape the landscape, ensuring that the savanna remains open and balanced. And as they roam, they disperse seeds through their dung, unknowingly planting the forests of the future. Every step they take is more than just movement. It is a vital contribution to the delicate balance of the African wilderness. But their existence is more than just ecological. Giraffes are an iconic symbol of sustainable ecotourism, according to the World Wildlife Fund. WWF. Giraffe watching safaris not only offer breathtaking encounters with these magnificent creatures, but also directly support their conservation. The awe in people's eyes as they watch a giraffe stride across the plains, the quiet wonder as they see it stretch toward the sky. These are reminders that the wild still exists, raw and magnificent, but more fragile than ever. Human expansion, poaching, and habitat loss have driven African giraffe populations to dangerously low numbers. They may be the tallest creatures on land, able to reach the highest branches, but they cannot reach the future without human protection. Conservation is not just an effort, it is a promise. A promise that future generations will still see these towering figures walking across the savanna, still witness them reaching for the sky, still marvel at their presence as living relics of a vanishing wild. As the Serengeti sun sets and the evening winds whisper through the acacia trees, an African giraffe stands tall, gazing over its ancient home. It does not know what the future holds. It does not know if its kind will continue to roam these lands. But it knows one thing for certain. As long as it can walk, as long as it can reach for the sky, the African giraffe will endure, a timeless sentinel of the savanna. Across the endless plains of the Victoria Basin, as the setting sun paints streaks of fire across the horizon, a great army is on the move. Not the roaring lions, not the stealthy predators lurking in the shadows, but the warriors of the grasslands, the eternal pilgrims of Africa, the wildebeest Conchaites taurinus. For millions of years, this species has defied the unforgiving wilderness. They do not have razor-sharp claws to tear into their enemies, nor bone-crushing jaws to overpower their foes. But nature has gifted them something greater, the power of speed, endurance, and an unshakable unity that no predator can break. Their bodies are masterpieces of adaptation. Thick, sinewy muscles ripple beneath their dusty gray coats, and their curved horns, honed through generations of survival, stand ready to fight back against any threat. But their greatest weapon is not in their strength. It is in their relentless legs, their hooves that never stop moving. When danger strikes, they can sprint at 50 miles per hour, 80 km/h, fast enough to outrun even the most fearsome hunters. Yet speed alone is not what makes the wildebeest one of Africa's most successful species. They do not travel alone. They move as a herd, a force of nature that cannot be broken. A lion may take down an individual, but before the stampede of thousands, even the most powerful predator must hesitate. When one wildebeest senses danger, it does not flee alone. During the dry season, when the earth cracks under the merciless sun and rivers vanish into dust, the wildebeest leave behind the parched lands of the Serengeti, heading toward Lake Victoria, where water and fresh grass still offer a chance for survival. But this is not merely a migration for food and water. This is the Great Migration, the heartbeat of the savanna, the miracle woven into the fabric of nature itself. Along the journey, predators await. Lions, leopards, hyenas all follow the herd's every movement, waiting for the moment of weakness. But when danger strikes, the wildebeest do not falter. When one runs, they all run. When one dodges, the entire herd shifts in unison. And then they push forward. Not all will make it. The weak will fall behind. The young may not yet have the strength to escape the jaws of a waiting predator. But the herd does not stop. Their journey is not a choice. It is a destiny written into the cycle of life itself. And then the rains return. As the first raindrops kiss the earth, the golden plains transform into a sea of green, and the wildebeest turn back, retracing their steps in a cycle as old as time. They are not just survivors. They are the lifeblood of the savanna, playing their part in a grander design, a masterpiece painted by the hands of creation itself. But even the strongest warriors cannot escape a new predator, not lions. not hyenas, but humans. Fences now block their migration paths. Farmland replaces their grazing lands. Climate change alters the rain cycles, drying up the rivers that have guided them for millennia. What nature has given, mankind is taking away. If the migration routes are severed, if the grasslands are lost, their journey will come to an end. No more rolling waves of wildebeest stretching to the horizon. No more thunderous storms of hooves kicking up dust in the golden twilight. No more legendary migrations that have shaped the heartbeat of Africa for thousands of years. But there is still hope, as long as protected lands remain, as long as humanity understands the irreplaceable value of this ecosystem. As long as the wildebeest still have space to move, to run, to migrate, then the rhythm of the African plains will not be silenced. And as the sun sets over the Victoria Basin, as the last golden light spills across the savanna, the wildebeest continue their journey. Thousands of bodies move as one, their hooves churning the dust into a storm of motion. A reminder that in a world of constant change, some things must never be lost, so long as we choose to protect them. Savanna, a wild land that once seemed like nothing more than scorched grass and swirling dust, transforms into an entirely different world when the rainy season arrives. The first raindrops fall like the opening notes of nature's grand symphony. The cracked, parched earth softens, dried up riverbeds begin to overflow, and before long, the vast grasslands are submerged in an endless sea of water. This is not just a simple change. It is a miraculous spectacle of creation, a living masterpiece where water and life intertwine, offering every creature a chance to adapt and survive. Amidst this flooded landscape, one animal reigns supreme, the hippopotamus. If the lion is the king of the savanna, then the hippo is the lord of the waters. More than just inhabitants of this watery realm, they are its caretakers, playing a crucial role in maintaining the delicate balance of the wetland ecosystem. Weighing up to 3,300 pounds, over 1,500 kilograms, they are among the largest land animals, second only to elephants and white rhinos. But don't be fooled by their massive bulk. Beneath the water's surface, they are agile swimmers, gliding effortlessly like silent phantoms of the river. The scorching African sun can sear everything in its path, but hippos have adapted in their own unique way. They spend most of their time submerged, where the cool water helps regulate their body temperature and shields their sensitive skin from the relentless heat. As night falls, these massive shadows quietly emerge from the water, venturing onto the lush grasslands. A typical group consists of 10 to 30 individuals, moving together in the darkness like an invisible yet powerful army. They can travel several miles in search of food, grazing on soft grass and preventing vegetation from growing unchecked. An essential role in reducing the risk of wildfires caused by accumulated dry grass. But the hippo's role extends far beyond the land. When they return to the water, their waste enriches the ecosystem, providing vital nutrients for countless microorganisms and fish, fueling an abundant food chain. They are the bridge between two worlds. Both rulers of the water and guardians of the savanna, preserving the delicate equilibrium that nature has so perfectly designed. In the southern regions of Africa, where vast wetlands stretch as far as the eye can see, an estimated 40,000 hippos roam, one of the largest populations on Earth. Each hippo carries a purpose, not just to survive, but to shape and safeguard life itself. As the sun rises, casting its golden reflection upon the shimmering waters, the hippos retreat into their submerged kingdom, continuing the endless cycle of nature. A flooded savanna is more than just a meeting place of land and water. It is a cradle of rebirth, where the laws of survival are rewritten with each rainy season, and where silent giants like the hippo work tirelessly to uphold the delicate rhythm of the wild. The hippopotamus is not just a magnificent creature of nature, but a flawless masterpiece crafted by the Creator for the lands of Africa. With divine precision, he designed them as silent guardians of the ecosystem, giants that maintain the delicate balance between water and land. Yet, human greed is turning these peaceful waters into blood-stained battlegrounds, pushing this majestic species to the brink of extinction. Protecting the hippos is not just about saving an animal. It is about honoring the sacred design that God has woven into nature itself. If we allow poachers to steal their lives, we are defying the very act of creation. We must act now, before the rivers of the savannah become mere echoes of the silenced roars of giants lost forever. The temperate savanna stretches like a vast golden tapestry, from Kruger National Park to Pilanesberg and Galagadi. Here, the tall grasses sway in the wind, and the acacia trees, Acacia tortilis, stand resilient beneath the endless blue sky, enduring both drought and raging wildfires. This is no paradise. This is a land where nature tests every creature, where only the strongest and most resilient survive. And in this unforgiving landscape, one colossal beast walks with an aura of reverence: the African rhinoceros, Ceratotherium semum, one of the most iconic animals of the South African grasslands. Nature has sculpted the African rhino into a living fortress, a creature that seems carved from stone. It is the largest of the 5 remaining rhinoceros species, with a body weighing up to 5,500 pounds, 2,500 kilograms, and stretching over 13 feet, 4 meters long. Second only to the 3 existing elephant species, it is one of the largest land mammals on Earth, but its true power lies not just in its immense size. It lies in its endurance, adaptability, and a legacy of survival spanning millions of years. The most defining feature of the African rhino is its broad, square-shaped mouth, a divine adaptation designed for grazing on short grasses. Each day, a fully grown rhino can consume up to 265 pounds, 120 kilograms, of grass, playing a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the savanna. As they move across the land, they regulate vegetation growth, clearing space for smaller species and ensuring the ecosystem functions in perfect harmony. They do not merely live in the savanna, they shape it. But if there is one symbol that captures both the greatness and the tragedy of the African rhinoceros, it is the mighty horns that adorn its head. These 2 massive horns, made of keratin, the same material as human hair and fingernails, are powerful tools for defense, used to fight off even the most dangerous predators, from lions to crocodiles. The front horn can grow up to 65 inches, 1.65 meters, long 0.65 meters, long 0.65 meters, long cut, weighing an average of 8.8 pounds, 4 kilograms. Yet, it is this very horn that has made the rhino one of the most relentlessly hunted animals on Earth. The survival story of the African rhino is one of both triumph and heartbreak. By the late 19th century, they were on the brink of extinction, with only about 20 individuals remaining in the wild. But through tireless conservation efforts, their numbers began to rise in one of the most remarkable wildlife recovery stories of our time. As of 2023, an estimated 18,000 African rhinos remain, primarily in Kruger and Galagadi national parks. These lands provide the ideal environment: wet summers that allow the grasslands to flourish, and dry winters that sustain an abundant food supply. But even after surviving millions of years of evolution, they now face their greatest threat: humankind. According to Save the Rhino, more than 450 African rhinos were killed in South Africa in 2022 alone, their horns taken for illegal trade, primarily driven by markets in Asia. They are not slaughtered for food. They are not hunted for self-defense. They are killed for a false belief, the myth that their horns bring power, luck, or even serve as medicine. But this is too high a price to pay for superstition. Nature did not create these gentle giants to be trophies. They were meant to roam freely across the vast plains, not to be casualties of human greed. Every rhino killed is not just an individual loss. It is the destruction of a legacy that has endured for millions of years. Yet, there is hope. As long as conservationists continue the fight, as long as people recognize the true value of nature, as long as we protect these lands, the African rhino still has a future. Not confined within fences or small reserves, but out in the open, where they can roam as they were meant to, under the vast African sky, living as nature intended. As the sun sets over the South African plains, casting golden light over the towering forms of the rhinos, they march on, unaware of the battle being waged for their survival. They do not know of the threats looming over them, but they know one thing for certain: as long as the grasslands remain, as long as the open skies stretch above them, the African rhino will continue to walk this earth. A living legacy of the wild.
Amidst the untamed wilderness where Earth still holds onto its primordial breath, Yellowstone rises like a legendary realm, a fiery world where nature unveils its greatest power. Boiling hot springs surge from the depths, steaming like the breath of a slumbering giant from 1,000-year sleep. The ground trembles beneath the eruptions of geysers, while a hidden ocean of molten rock simmers restlessly, waiting for its moment to awaken. This is not just the first national park in the United States. It is an ancient battleground where life and death clash in an eternal dance. Yellowstone is not just a paradise for travelers enchanted by the wild. It is a battlefield for rulers without thrones, the fiercest predators in the land. Grey wolves, massive grizzly bears, mountain lions, all are drawn into the ruthless cycle of survival. Here, there is no place for the weak. Every chase is a symphony of claws and fangs. Every battle is a declaration of dominance. Who is the true ruler? Is it the wolf pack? With their cunning and relentless hunting strategies, is it the grizzly bear, an unstoppable force capable of taking down any challenger? Or is there an invisible force pulling the strings, an unyielding hand of fate, or the supreme power of creation itself? Welcome to Wild Yellowstone, where the lords of the wilderness step into the dance of life and death. Yellowstone, a land where nature asserts its ultimate dominion, where life and death intertwine in a brutal and eternal dance. This is the kingdom of primordial rulers, where thousands of bison and the legendary grey wolf packs wage an unending battle. They are opposing forces bound by fate, locked in nature's relentless cycle since the dawn of time. The cycle of Yellowstone is not merely about life emerging or death taking hold. It is an unyielding rhythm etched by the hand of creation. When one species falls, another rises, as if guided by an irreversible decree. In this land, survival is not just a matter of strength, It is a test of adaptation, instinct, and an unbreakable will forged through nature's harshest trials. Nestled within the heart of the mighty Rocky Mountains, Yellowstone is more than just a national park. It is an impregnable fortress of untamed wilderness. Spanning over 3,468 square miles, surpassing the combined size of Rhode Island and Delaware, this land is a breathtaking masterpiece sculpted entirely by the hand of the Creator. When winter arrives, Yellowstone transforms into a battlefield of survival. A thick, unending veil of snow blankets the land, burying all traces of life and turning every step into a grueling test of endurance. With snowfall ranging from 150 inches in the lower valleys to a staggering 400 inches atop the highest peaks, winter in Yellowstone is not merely a challenge, it is a brutal reckoning, a merciless trial where only the strongest prevail. Winter in Yellowstone is more than just a season. It is nature's ultimate trial, a frigid night that feels endless. Only the strongest, the smartest, and the most resilient creatures can endure its relentless grasp. Yet, amid the brutality of ice and snow, nature weaves extraordinary tales of strength, adaptation, and survival against all odds. Standing tall in this unforgiving wilderness is a living symbol of resilience. The bison, Yellowstone's most formidable giant. Yellowstone is not just a land of breathtaking landscapes. It is the last stronghold of the largest publicly owned bison herd in the United States. Once, these majestic beasts roamed the vast plains in numbers ranging from 30 to 60 million, dominating the heart of the continent. But history and human intervention drove them to the edge of extinction. By 1902, only 23 bison remained. Yet through extraordinary conservation efforts, their population made a remarkable recovery, reaching between 4,500 and 5,500 by 2023. Yellowstone remains the guardian of this species' wild lineage, preserving the untamed spirit of one of North America's greatest creatures. The bison is the largest land mammal in North America, Mature bulls stand up to 6 feet tall at the shoulder and weigh between 1,000 and 2,200 pounds, while females are smaller, weighing around 800 to 1,200 pounds. When winter descends, temperatures can plummet to 40 degrees and 40 degrees, and howling winds tear through the forests, freezing everything in their path. Yet the bison do not falter. They are armed with a natural suit of armor, a specialized 2-layer coat built for survival. An outer layer of long, coarse hair acts as a barrier against the biting wind, like an impenetrable fortress. An inner layer of dense, insulating fur traps warmth, preserving their vital body heat even when ice clings to their massive frames. While many animals seek shelter to escape the brutal cold, bison stand firm amid the blizzard, a true warrior of the wild. Before the snow begins to fall, bison prepare for the brutal months ahead by storing a thick layer of fat, making up 10 to 15% of their body weight. This fat reserve is their lifeline, sustaining them through the long, food-scarce winter. As the cold sets in, they move less, seeking food only in accessible areas. Every action is deliberate, each step a calculated effort to conserve energy, like a flickering oil lamp struggling against the deep winter night. But bison do not remain idle. They migrate seasonally, searching for areas with thinner snow cover or lower elevations where grass is easier to reach. Yet even when snow blankets the land in layers several feet thick, they have a way to uncover their food. With sheer strength, their massive heads and powerful necks become tools of survival. Using their foreheads like a plow, they sweep away the snow, clearing a path to the hidden grass below. This instinct is vital because in Yellowstone's unforgiving winter, the inability to find food means certain death. Bison may appear calm, sometimes even sluggish, but their survival instincts are nothing short of formidable. During the breeding season from June to September, peaking in July and August, mature bulls return to the herd, engaging in fierce battles for mating rights. These dramatic duels between Yellowstone's warriors unfold as thousands of pounds of muscle collide and razor-sharp horns strike with thunderous force. The greatest challenge isn't their own kind, it's the predators. Despite their massive size, bison must contend with Yellowstone's most formidable hunters, gray wolves and North American grizzly bears. As winter tightens its grip and food grows scarce, these predators become bolder, hungrier, and more ruthless than ever. In 2023, researchers from the Yellowstone Wildlife Research Institute recorded a sharp increase in encounters between wolves and bison. But what's truly remarkable is that bison are never easy prey. When cornered, they can sprint at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour, 56 kilometers, an astonishing feat for an animal weighing over a ton. And when forced to fight, they unleash their razor-sharp horns and devastating headbutts, using their massive weight to crush any threat in their path. A lone wolf, no chance. A pack of wolves, not guaranteed. Mother bison in particular will fight to the bitter end to protect their calves. A single kick from their powerful hind legs can send a grown wolf flying. In some cases, entire wolf packs have been forced to retreat, unable to overcome the sheer resilience and determination of a united bison herd. In the legends of the wild, Yellowstone is more than just a national park. It is a grand stage where legendary predators emerge from the shadows of history to continue their epic tale of survival. Among the icons of this land, the North American grey wolf, Canis lupus, strides forward like a fearless warrior, upholding the delicate balance of the ecosystem through centuries of change. Millions of years ago, the ancestors of grey wolves roamed the icy plains and towering forests of Eurasia. As the Ice Age cast its shadow over the Earth, a pioneering group of wolves dared to cross the Bering Land Bridge, the gateway connecting Asia and North America. From there, they embarked on an extraordinary journey across the continent, where mammoths, saber-toothed cats, and other prehistoric giants once ruled. But time is relentless. As the titans of the Ice Age faded into extinction, the grey wolf did not fall. They adapted, refining their hunting strategies, shifting their focus from mammoths to moose, bison, and wild deer. Wolves are not just predators, they are masters of survival, warriors who refuse to bow to the trials of time. Before European settlers arrived in North America, grey wolves were the true monarchs of the land. From the frozen Arctic to the deserts of Mexico, from the Atlantic to the Pacific, their haunting howls echoed across mountains, prairies, and forests. But then a new force emerged: humankind. In the 19th century, human expansion transformed vast wilderness into farmland, replacing wild herds with domestic livestock. Wolves, once the rulers of the land, were suddenly branded as enemies to be eradicated. Ruthless campaigns of hunting, poisoning, and shooting followed. By 1920, the last howl of the grey wolf had fallen silent in Yellowstone, leaving behind a broken and unbalanced ecosystem. But nature does not forget. In 1995 to 1996, humanity sought to make amends through one of the boldest conservation efforts in history, reintroducing grey wolves to Yellowstone. 31 wolves from Canada were released into the land that was once theirs. And like a song left unfinished, their howls once again resonated through the forests, awakening Yellowstone from a 70-year slumber. The wolves' return was more than just a repopulation, it was an ecological miracle. They restored forests, balanced elk populations, revitalized bird life, beaver colonies, and even reshaped the very flow of rivers and streams. Today, approximately 94 wolves, divided into 8 major packs, rule Yellowstone, while the broader ecosystem supports a population fluctuating between 528 and 883 individuals. These proud predators are not only remarkable for their survival skills, but also for their sheer physical presence. Height, 26 to 32 inches at the shoulder. Weight, 100 pounds, 130 pounds, males. 80, 110 pounds, females. Thick double-layered fur allows them to endure brutal temperatures as low as 40 degrees. A striking 45–50% of Yellowstone's wolves sport black coats, a rare genetic inheritance from ancient interbreeding with domestic dogs. Black fur is not just a symbol of mystery, it also offers a survival advantage. Studies suggest that the black coat gene may provide resistance to certain diseases, particularly canine distemper virus, one of the deadliest biological threats to wolves. Wolves do not live alone. They are disciplined warriors bound by the structure of the pack. Each pack consists of 4 to 15 members, led by an alpha pair, the undisputed king and queen. Packs do not just hunt together, they fiercely defend their vast territories, ranging from 50 to 1,000 square miles. The size of their domain depends on food availability and competition. When prey is abundant, packs claim smaller, well-guarded territories. In leaner times, they expand their range, engaging in brutal battles with rival packs to survive. Yellowstone is not just a place, it is a living story, a grand stage, where the grey wolf continues to write the epic saga of the wild. From the icy tundras of the past to battles against humanity and their miraculous resurgence, these wolves have proven that they are more than just predators. They are the very soul of Yellowstone, and their howls, echoing through the mighty mountains, will never fade into silence. In the frozen kingdom of Yellowstone, where nature tests every creature with its unforgiving wrath, one giant stands tall, a fearless warrior of the wild, the moose. Amid the snow-covered forests, its deep, resonant grunts echo like a proclamation of strength and pride. Scientifically known as Altis altis, the moose is not only the tallest and largest member of the deer family, but also one of the greatest surviving relics of the Ice Age. A living testament to endurance, it plays a silent yet vital role in maintaining the delicate balance of Yellowstone's ecosystem. Its sheer size alone makes the moose a towering monument of nature. Height, 6 to 7 feet at the shoulder. Weight, 900 to 1,600 pounds, males, 800, 1,300 pounds, females. But what truly elevates the moose to legendary status is its colossal antlers, a crown of dominance stretching up to 6 feet across, a symbol of unparalleled power. When the mating season arrives, the forests become a natural battlefield, where the thunderous clash of antlers rings out like war drums announcing battle. Winter in Yellowstone spares no one, as piercing winds howl through the valleys and the land is entombed in ice. The moose endures, standing firm against nature's cruelty with its thick, armor-like coat. Outer layer, coarse, dense fur acting as a shield against the cutting wind. Inner layer, soft, insulating wool that traps body heat, keeping it warm even at 40 degrees. But even with this natural protection, winter remains a battle for survival. When snowfall blankets the land in an endless sea of white, food becomes a buried treasure, hidden beneath layers of ice. Moose are forced to migrate for hundreds of miles, seeking areas with thinner snow where life still clings on. Not all will survive the journey. Despite their immense strength and size, moose are not alone on the battlefield of the wild. They are prime targets for the North American grey wolf, a predator known for its intelligence, patience, and pack strategy. A full-grown moose, armed with antlers like mythic blades and legs as sturdy as steel columns, can crush a wolf with a single devastating kick. But wolves do not hunt alone. They work as a team, stalking, exhausting, and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The young, the weak, and those weary from the harsh winter become their primary targets. The chase between a wolf pack and a moose is a deadly ballet of nature. The pursuit stretches for miles, from the frozen plains to the dense forests. When cornered, a moose will turn and fight, each antler thrust a lethal weapon, each thunderous kick a force to be reckoned with. But if the wolves are too many, the tide of battle shifts. Through the trials of nature, through the relentless cycle of life and death, the moose continues to stride forward, an indomitable warrior. It is not just a creature of Yellowstone, it is its very essence, its pulse, its lifeblood. With every step imprinted on the frozen earth, with every deep, guttural call reverberating through the ancient forest, the moose writes another chapter in its story. a wild epic where life is more than survival. It is a bold declaration of nature's raw and untamed power. Upon the towering mountains where ancient forests stretch endlessly, where icy rivers carve through vast, untamed plains, God placed the grizzly bear at the heart of Yellowstone, an eternal testament to absolute power. Each step it takes resounds like the echoes of time, its curved claws razor-sharp, forged by the fire of nature itself. The grizzly is not merely a wild beast, it is the embodiment of will, dominance, and an unshakable reign. With a back as broad as a stone fortress and colossal limbs capable of crushing any who dare to challenge it, the grizzly does not merely survive, it rules. But brute strength alone does not make a ruler. God did not create the grizzly as a mindless force of destruction. He bestowed upon it the cold intellect of a master predator. In its deep brown eyes lies not just the untamed wild, but a terrifying precision. Every step is a calculated move, every strike a ruthless verdict decreed by nature itself. As spring returns to Yellowstone, the snow melts and rivers surge with life, carrying salmon back to their spawning grounds. The grizzly bear needs no bow, no trap, only the blessed hands given by God. With a mighty swipe, its claws plunge into the frigid waters, lifting writhing fish from the currents. One strike, one roar, and the feast begins. When summer arrives, the meadows flourish, and moose and deer graze in peace. But in the shadows of the ancient forest, the grizzly watches. It does not chase blindly like the cheetah. It waits, it calculates. It strikes when the moment is perfect. A lone calf separated from its herd. An old stag too weak to flee. One powerful charge, one thunderous bite, and fate is sealed. But God did not create the grizzly merely to hunt. He made it a conqueror. When the grey wolves, the most strategic predators of the wild, bring down their prey after a long and calculated hunt, they believe they have earned their reward. But the darkness in the forest stirs. A colossal figure emerges under the fading sunlight. The grizzly does not need to ambush. It does not need to hide. It only needs to step forward. A single earth-shattering roar cleaves through the air. The piercing eyes of the wolves flicker with hesitation. Faced with a living tempest of raw power, they must make a choice. Stand their ground and risk everything, or surrender to a force even nature itself respects. At times, the wolves gather, circling the grizzly, their teeth bared, growls echoing through the dim forest. But the giant stands unshaken, a monument carved by the hands of the Creator himself. With a single swipe of its massive paw, a wolf can be sent flying, bones shattering, life extinguished in an instant. And so 3 out of 10 times the wolves abandon their kill, because in the law of the wild, the strongest always reigns. But God did not grant the grizzly bear its strength merely for destruction. It was given to protect and sustain balance. When the grizzly digs for roots and tubers in the fall, the remnants of its meals enrich the forest floor, nourishing the land. As it roams along rivers, its thick fur carries seeds from place to place, sowing life with every step. And when winter blankets Yellowstone in an endless sea of white, the grizzly retreats into the depths of its den, surrendering to a silent slumber. No hunting, no conflict, no struggle, only sleep like a god watching over the world, allowing nature to move as it was destined to by the hands of the Creator. Not the fastest, not the strongest, but the most majestic. No weapons, no allies, only itself. A living wonder placed upon Yellowstone by the divine. A reminder that true power in nature is not just in claws and fangs, but in the balance that every creature was given. And so in the heart of this vast and untamed wilderness, beneath the towering forests and snow-capped peaks, the grizzly still roams, still roars, still reigns, an eternal creation of God.
Above the wild skies of Yellowstone, where snow-capped peaks stretch toward the heavens, where shimmering rivers carve their way through endless green forests, God placed the bald eagle, a living embodiment of power, freedom, and absolute majesty. With colossal wings spread like sails catching the winds of the divine, with piercing eyes that see through the water's surface from miles away, and with talons as sharp as the blades of fate, the bald eagle is more than a bird. It is pure sovereignty, an immortal symbol of the North American sky. Since the beginning of time, God has granted this bird dominion over the skies, not because it is the fastest nor the largest, but because it possesses the flawless design of a supreme predator. Its eyes can spot a fish swimming beneath the water from hundreds of feet in the air. Its talons, when clenched, exert a grip 10 times stronger than a human fighter's. When the bald eagle locks onto its target, it does not hesitate. It does not falter. There is only speed, precision, and an inescapable fate. From high above, it watches, patient as a celestial judge. Then, with a single beat of its mighty wings, it dives like a heavenly arrow, piercing through the clouds, ripping through the sky at over 100 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour, 160 kilometers per h. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3, and its talons clamp down, lifting the prey from the water, carrying it to the heavens of a true ruler. But God did not gift the bald eagle with strength only for the hunt. He bestowed upon it an unyielding pride. It does not merely hunt, it claims dominion. Along the great rivers and vast lakes of Yellowstone, no creature dares challenge its rule. If a great horned owl or a falcon dares to trespass, a skybound battle erupts, an aerial storm of talons and feathers. With mighty wings that cleave through the wind and razor-sharp strikes as swift as silver swords, the bald eagle defends its kingdom with the divine authority granted by God Himself. To witness a bald eagle soaring through the sky is more than simply watching a bird of prey. It is to see the very soul of North America, to feel the breath of freedom itself. For centuries, Native Americans have revered the bald eagle as a messenger of the divine. Its feathers are sacred symbols of courage, strength, and honor. When a warrior proved his valor, he did not receive a medal. He received an eagle feather, a mark of unwavering loyalty and resilience. When the founding fathers of the United States sought a worthy emblem for their new nation, they did not choose the lion, nor the bear, nor the serpent. They chose the bald eagle. because no creature on earth embodies the spirit of liberty and power as it does. But God did not gift the bald eagle with strength alone. He blessed it with a heart of unwavering devotion. When a bald eagle chooses a mate, it is not a fleeting choice. It does not wander. It does not waver. It commits for life. Each year, as the snows melt and Yellowstone awakens with the first touch of sunlight, mated pairs reunite, returning to the same nest they built together. They do not merely live together. They strengthen and expand their home, branch by branch, feather, fragment by fragment of time itself. Their love is not just a bond. It is the foundation of a new generation. When the eggs hatch, when the young eaglets open their eyes to the world for the first time, they do not just see light. They see family. They see legacy. They see the mission etched into every beat of the wings they will one day inherit. But the bald eagle is not merely a symbol, nor just a predator. It is a guardian of the balance that God ordained. By preying on fish and weaker animals, it maintains the harmony of Yellowstone's rivers and lakes. Without it, fish populations could spiral out of control, disrupting the fragile ecosystem. Even in its most primal instincts, hunting, living, thriving, the bald eagle serves as nature's steward, an unseen hand ensuring equilibrium between land, water, and sky. And when a bald eagle dies, when its body returns to the earth, it still leaves behind an immortal legacy. The remains in its nest, fish bones, scattered feathers, fragments of past hunts, nourish the soil, feeding the trees, continuing the eternal cycle of life. In the dense forests, where towering trees intertwine into natural arches, where the moon casts silver shadows upon the snow-covered earth, God placed the lynx in Yellowstone, a quiet predator, a phantom of the wild. It does not possess the thunderous roar of the gray wolf, nor the colossal frame of the grizzly bear. Instead, the lynx wields a weapon few creatures can match: absolute silence. Beneath its thick winter coat, beneath those piercing golden eyes that burn like torches in the night, the lynx is the embodiment of precision and ruthless efficiency in the art of the hunt. God did not create the lynx to rival the speed of the cheetah, nor did he grant it the raw power of the grizzly. Instead, he gifted it something else: the patience of a hunter in the shadows, the silence of the midnight wind, the precision of a blade that ends all struggles. No haste, no display of power. The lynx waits. Its tufted ears twitch at the faintest whisper of the wind, every strand of fur sensing the world around it. A snowshoe hare strays too far into the tall grass. One heartbeat, one perfect leap, a motion as fluid as a sword slicing through the air. Razor-sharp claws pierce flesh, pinning the prey to the cold earth. No frantic chase, no blood-curdling roar, only silence. And the circle of life turns once more. God did not place the lynx in Yellowstone merely as a hunter. He wove it into the land's delicate balance. When the hare population surges, when voles and ground squirrels multiply unchecked, the lynx emerges like nature's unseen hand, restoring equilibrium before the landscape is stripped bare. With its quiet presence, the lynx protects the meadows, ensuring vegetation is not overgrazed, preserving food sources for other creatures in the web of life. It is neither a conqueror nor
All of 2,300 millimeters, the rainforest is not only damp, but also treacherous, murky, and brimming with danger. Visibility is limited, movement is hindered, and predators have no choice but to become stronger, craftier, and develop the most efficient hunting strategies to survive. In the insect kingdom, amid countless small yet abundant creatures, one stands above all. The Amazon spider, a monster lurking in the darkness, where even death itself moves in hushed steps. Bestowed with immense size by the Creator, the Amazon spider, scientifically known as Theraphosa blondi, claims the title of the largest spider on Earth. With a leg span of up to 30 centimeters and weighing 170 grams. Yet despite its colossal build, it has no need to flaunt its strength. Nature has gifted it with razor-sharp hunting instincts and a perfectly engineered survival toolkit, allowing it to thrive in a jungle teeming with unseen dangers. In the pitch-black depths of the Amazon, where thick layers of foliage obscure all vision, the Amazon spider does not rely on sight, for the Creator has granted it a different ability, the power to sense vibrations. Every tiny movement beneath the forest floor, every faint breath of its prey is detected by the ultra-sensitive hairs on its legs, enabling it to locate its target even in total darkness. In the blink of an eye, it strikes with precision, sinking its powerful fangs deep into its victim, injecting venom that liquefies internal tissues, making them effortless to consume. Despite being called the Goliath bird eater, birds are not its primary prey. Instead, its diet consists of insects, small rodents, amphibians, and tiny reptiles, a carefully designed menu crafted by the Creator to maintain the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Yet, even the most formidable predator is not without threats. When faced with danger, the Amazon spider does not solely rely on its size or venom. Instead, it wields a unique defensive weapon, an intelligent survival strategy granted by the Creator. Rather than engaging in direct combat, it releases urticating hairs from its abdomen, launching them into the air to irritate the eyes and skin of attackers, particularly birds of prey and larger mammals. This is not just a clever defense mechanism, but a testament to the perfection of divine design, where even the most fearsome creatures wield non-lethal weapons to preserve harmony. But when no other option remains, the Amazon spider fights. It rises high on its powerful legs, stretching its imposing 30-centimeter frame, ready to intimidate any threat. Its 2.5 centimeters fangs poised for attack can deter even the deadliest predators. Though its venom is not fatal to humans, it is potent enough to immobilize prey and send a clear warning to any creature daring to challenge it. The Amazon spider is not merely a hunter, it is a key guardian of the ecosystem, an essential piece in the grand puzzle of creation. By regulating insect and small animal populations, it ensures the stability of the Amazon, keeping the intricate food chain intact. Within the rainforest's vast and complex web, every creature has a role, a divine mission assigned since the dawn of time. And here, deep in the shadowed heart of the Amazon, every sound, every movement is part of the grand masterpiece that the Creator has woven into the fabric of nature. Deep within the untamed heart of the Amazon, where raging waters merge with dense, towering canopies, God has created a creature embodying both majesty and mystery, the jaguar Panthera onca. This is not just any big cat, it is a true warrior, a supreme predator granted by the Creator with strength, cunning, and an unrivaled dominance over the wild. Beneath the thick jungle cover, where darkness reigns and the line between life and death is razor thin, the jaguar knows no fear. It moves in silence, proud and graceful, like a phantom blending seamlessly into nature, attuned to every heartbeat of the forest, patiently awaiting the perfect moment to strike. with a muscular build that can exceed 100 kilograms, 220 pounds, and a golden coat adorned with intricate black rosettes, each one a masterpiece painted by the hand of the creator. The jaguar is more than just an animal. It is a living testament to nature's perfection, a predator sculpted by divine design to rule the untamed wilderness. God did not just create the jaguar with a breathtaking appearance. He equipped it with extraordinary weapons, making it the ultimate predator in every situation. Unlike lions that hunt in prides, or tigers that stalk through deep forests, the jaguar is a lone warrior. But solitude does not mean weakness. Its eyes, gifted with unparalleled night vision, pierce through the thick darkness of the Amazon, where moonlight barely reaches the forest floor. The tapetum lucidum layer in its eyes allows it to absorb even the faintest traces of light, giving it the power to hunt, even when the jungle is swallowed by the blackest night. But its keen eyesight is only one part of its deadly arsenal. What truly makes the jaguar the nightmare of the Amazon is its devastating bite, the strongest of all big cats. With a bite force of up to 1,500 pounds per square inch, it can crush bone in an instant. Unlike lions or tigers, which go for the throat, the jaguar aims directly at the skull, delivering a fatal bite that ends its prey's life immediately. Crocodiles, wild boars, even massive anacondas, none can withstand the sheer force of the weapon God has bestowed upon this beast. Yet, the jaguar's dominance does not end there. Unlike most predators that rule only the land, the jaguar is the undisputed master of three realms: land, water, and the treetops. No other big cat swims as skillfully as it does. When night falls, it silently slips into the water, gliding like a phantom through the currents, before erupting from below, like a demon from the depths, seizing its unsuspecting prey. Even caimans, the swamp's apex predators, tread cautiously when the jaguar is near. It is not just a hunter, it is a hunter of hunters, a throne no other creature can claim. But God did not create the jaguar merely to kill. He gave it a higher purpose, to be the guardian of balance in the Amazon ecosystem. When it hunts wild boars, it prevents them from overpopulating and destroying vegetation. When it takes down smaller animals, it helps maintain stability in the food chain. Without the jaguar, the Amazon would spiral into chaos, overrun by unchecked populations that would devastate their own habitat. The jaguar is a ruler but not a tyrant, a predator but not a destroyer. It takes only what it needs, living in harmony with the laws that God has set. In its piercing golden eyes, there is not only the ferocity of a hunter but also the wisdom of a protector. A messenger of nature, a living symbol of the perfect balance between life and death. As the first rays of dawn pierce through the endless canopy of emerald green, the jaguar moves in silence, vanishing like a phantom into the vast wilderness. It does not seek a throne, nor does it need a crown, for God has already placed it at the very top of the food chain, a king that reigns without ceremony. It is a war god, a shadow in the jungle, a creature that will never bow. Every leap, every flex of its powerful muscles, every earth-shaking roar is a hymn of creation, a verse in the grand symphony that God has composed. And amidst the majestic wilderness where the rivers rage and the trees stand tall, the jaguar roams, forever the phantom, forever the legend. In the freshwater ecosystem of the Amazon, God has created a truly extraordinary creature, the giant otter, scientifically known as Pteronura brasiliensis. These animals are not just powerful predators, they are warriors that uphold the balance of the river. The Amazon basin, stretching from Brazil to Peru, Colombia, and Bolivia, is home to the giant otter. They do not live in solitude but thrive in tightly bonded groups, hunting and defending their territory from threats. God has endowed them not only with strength but also with intelligence to navigate the challenges of the wild. As one of the largest otter species in the world, the giant otter can reach up to 1.8 meters, 5.9 feet in length, and weigh up to 32 kilograms, 70.5 pounds. Designed by the creator with webbed feet and a powerful tail measuring up to 70 centimeters, 27.5 inches, they can swim at speeds of up to 14 kilometers per hour, 8.7 miles per hour, gliding through the water like invincible warriors. One of their most remarkable traits is their dense, waterproof fur, an incredible masterpiece gifted by God to protect them from the cold and harsh conditions of the river. Their outer fur, 8 millimeters thick, prevents water from penetrating, while the inner layer is soft and dense, retaining heat and allowing them to survive even in the most extreme environments. Beyond their adaptability, giant otters possess ears and nostrils that can close when submerged, along with highly sensitive whiskers that detect the slightest vibrations in the water. This is no coincidence, it is a divine gift that makes them the ultimate freshwater predators. As master hunters, giant otters dominate the fish population of the Amazon. From catfish and piranhas to massive fish like the arapaima, which can grow up to 3 meters, 9.8 feet, long, all can fall prey to these otters. When fish become scarce, they do not hesitate to hunt crabs, snakes, even small caimans and anacondas. But their prowess is not just about raw strength. Giant otters are strategic predators. They hunt in coordinated packs surrounding their prey and driving it into a vulnerable position before delivering a decisive bite with their razor-sharp teeth. When they catch their prey, they grip it tightly with their front paws and tear into it with powerful jaws. The sounds they make while eating echo across the water, a declaration of their dominance in the ecosystem. Despite their might, giant otters also have formidable enemies. Jaguars and massive caimans lurk in the shadows, waiting for an opportunity to strike. But God has not left these otters defenseless. He has given them extraordinary agility, allowing them to evade swift attacks. With their webbed feet and paddle-like tails, they can dive deep, slip through rocky crevices, and turn the river into a natural weapon of defense. However, their greatest strength does not lie in individual abilities, but in unity. A group of up to 20 otters can form a nearly impenetrable defensive circle, where each member protects the other with unwavering determination. Their growls and piercing calls are not just methods of communication, but declarations of dominance, warning any intruder that they are ready to fight. God has given giant otters not only courage, but also wisdom, the understanding that collective strength surpasses individual power. When faced with jaguars or caimans, they do not cower in fear, but attack in coordination, tearing into foes much larger than themselves. Their unity is so formidable that even the most fearsome predators hesitate before challenging them. Yet, giant otters are not just relentless hunters. They play a crucial role in the Amazon's ecosystem, controlling fish populations and maintaining ecological balance. God created them as guardians of the river, ensuring that the freshwater environment remains in harmony. Without them, certain fish species could overpopulate, leading to chaos in the food chain. Giant otters are living proof of the Creator's perfect design. They are mighty warriors, fearless protectors of the Amazon, creatures that do not merely survive, but reign over the vast waters entrusted to them. Every swift movement, every call, every coordinated hunt is a testament to the grand plan that God has ordained. And thanks to their presence, the Amazon River continues to thrive, maintaining the order and balance that has existed since time immemorial.
Deep in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where rivers twist like colossal serpents and sunlight is devoured by the dense canopy, a creature of darkness slithers in silence. It is not just an animal, not merely a reptile. The South American crocodile is the embodiment of nature's wrath, the invisible hand of God placed upon this wild world to maintain its order. Rushing waters, a night veiled in darkness, nothing reveals its presence, a perfect predator, a phantom lurking beneath the abyssal Black River. With jet black skin as dark as the night, the South American crocodile vanishes into the water like a ghostly specter. It does not rush, nor does it flaunt its power. God has bestowed upon it a special gift, the patience of death. It lies still, motionless, revealing only its piercing eyes and finely tuned nostrils, awaiting the fateful moment of its prey. God did not create it to run. He created it to wait. It can hold its breath for over an hour, as if its very existence transcends this world. A living shadow, a deity of the night, ready to annihilate any unfortunate soul that wanders into its sight. Then, the moment arrives. The prey carelessly approaches, oblivious. And before the thought of death even crosses its mind, the darkness beneath the water explodes. The South American crocodile surges forward with astonishing speed, its jaws opening like the gates of hell. Its bite force surpasses all creatures on Earth, up to 3,000 psi, twice the strength of a jaguar, 3 times that of a lion. Once it clamps down, nothing can escape. But it does not merely bite, it dances with death. It spins, a death roll. God's whirlwind. This is not just a hunting tactic. This is a verdict written by nature, executed by the mightiest being God has placed in the Amazon. Spin, crush, tear, bones shatter, blood stains the water crimson, and then silence. The prey disappears. The crocodile becomes the darkness once more, slipping back into the river as if it never existed. Midst the raging rivers and dense swamps of the Amazon, where the night quietly devours the light, a creature lurks, unhurried, unchasing, a silent beast wielding overwhelming power. Scientifically known as Eunectes murinus, the green anaconda is the heaviest snake in the world, a monster that can reach 9 meters in length and weigh over 250 kilograms. It does not need speed. It does not chase its prey like other predators. It waits, lying deep beneath the murky waters of the Amazon. It remains motionless like a submerged boulder, blending into the darkness, revealing only its sharp eyes and nostrils above the surface. watching, observing, giving away nothing. With the ability to hold its breath for over 10 minutes, it is utterly invisible in its domain, a ghostly presence, an unseen executioner waiting for the moment to strike. Then, fate unfolds. A capybara, a forest deer, or even an unsuspecting crocodile wanders to the riverbank for a drink. They do not realize death is already waiting. In a split second, the anaconda erupts from the water, coiling around its prey in an unbreakable grip. No roar, no tearing flesh, only silence, only the sound of bones snapping, breath fading. 90 psi. Its constriction force is equivalent to the weight of a small car crushing its victim's chest. There is no chance to escape. There is no room to fight back. Only darkness closing in until everything ends. But the hunt does not stop there. The green anaconda does not chew, it swallows. Its jaws stretch beyond logic, as if unbound by the laws of nature. A flexible skull, expandable ligaments, a perfect design, allowing it to devour creatures larger than itself. Deep within the dense foliage of the Amazon rainforest, where light barely pierces through the thick canopy, a creature moves in silence, graceful as the wind, swift as lightning. It does not rely on brute strength to dominate, nor does it need massive size to spread fear. God has bestowed upon it something far more terrifying: cunning, speed, and the ability to vanish into the shadows. No one hears its footsteps. No one sees it move. But when death arrives, only silence remains. This is the margay, Leopardus weedii, the phantom assassin of the treetops, a master hunter designed by God to rule the high branches of the Amazon. The margay does not hunt on the ground like the jaguar or puma. It does not lurk in the water like crocodiles or ambush prey from the shadows like the green anaconda. Instead, it hunts in the sky of the rainforest, high among the branches where it reigns supreme. God created the margay with legs unlike any other feline. It climbs vertically like a squirrel. It descends headfirst like a phantom. It hangs effortlessly from branches using only its hind legs, as if gravity does not apply to it. No other cat in the world can do this. Only the margay. From above, it watches its prey, piercing eyes scanning through the darkness. It does not pounce recklessly like the jaguar. It waits, patiently, silently, as if time itself has stopped. And then, when the fated moment arrives, it strikes. A flawless leap, claws digging deep, a swift, precise execution. No roars, no prolonged. The margay is not just fast and agile. It is a deceiver. High in the trees, it mimics the sounds of monkeys, birds, and even rodents to lure its prey closer. A small monkey hears the distress call of its kin, rushing to help, only for death to descend like a bolt of lightning. No scream, no escape, only a fraction of a second before everything fades to black. It does not kill out of hunger alone. It kills because it was chosen for this role. A guardian of balance, an executioner without flaw. In the vast Amazon rainforest, where everything is in constant motion, where predators engage in a daily battle for survival, one creature defies it all. It does not run. The three-toed sloth, a being crafted by God not to rule, not to hunt, but to exist as a gentle note in the grand symphony of the wild. In the relentless brutality of the Amazon, where crocodiles crush bones with their lethal jaws, where green anacondas squeeze the last breath from their prey, where the jaguar strikes from the shadows with unparalleled force, the sloth stands in stark contrast. It has no sharp claws for attack. It has no speed to flee. It has no strength to fight. While other creatures wage an endless war between life and death, the sloth moves like a slow current of time itself, step by step, never in a hurry, never in distress. It clings to the highest branches, where few can reach. Its thick fur is not just a shield, but a camouflage, blending it seamlessly into nature's embrace. No urgency, no urgency, no worry, no fear. While predators fight endlessly to survive, the sloth simply lives. As God intended, God did not create the sloth to be the strongest, but He granted it something extraordinary. The perfect adaptation to a slower rhythm of life. It survives on a diet of nutrient-poor leaves. But the sloth has learned patience, digesting slowly, absorbing every ounce of sustenance with unmatched efficiency. Its heart beats 1/3 the speed of a human's. It can go days, even weeks without food, and still remain healthy. It does not need much to exist, because God has granted it a peace that no other creature in the Amazon possesses. In a world where survival depends on speed and strength, the sloth moves as if untouched by the urgency of life. Each day, it may travel only a few meters. Each week, it may shift to a new tree. And throughout its life, it simply drifts, slowly, peacefully, like a silent monk in the heart of the jungle. But do not mistake slowness for weakness. The sloth does not run because it does not need to run. It does not fight because it does not need to fight. It exists exactly as God designed it, slow, untroubled, yet undefeated, because it knows that God created it for a different kind of life. As dawn breaks over the treetops, while the green anaconda still coils beneath the murky waters and the jaguar waits in the shadows for its prey, a sound echoes from the highest branches. It is not a roar of dominance. It is not the chilling hiss of a predator. It is a bright, crystal-clear call, a voice that awakens the jungle from the dark slumber of the night. This call is more than just the herald of morning. It is a reminder that amid the brutal reality of nature, God has preserved something pure, a song of life that continues to play, no matter how deep the darkness may be. The toucan does not have sharp fangs to tear apart its prey.
And the story of the African rhinoceros is not yet finished. We are the ones who will decide the next chapter.
But God did not create it for battle. Instead, He gave it a different weapon, brilliance and song, a symbol of joy amidst the somber tones of the Amazon.
God created the African savanna as a living masterpiece, a vast expanse of golden grassland stretching beneath an endless blue sky.
Like a masterpiece of nature, painted in the vibrant hues
where all creatures
of a
move in perfect
sunset,
harmony with nature's rhythm.
Artwork
this
that
is the
only
land of great
God
migrations,
could create.
where lions roar
Though
to
it
assert their
appears
dominion,
heavy,
or herds of
it is
wildebeest thunder
surprisingly
across the
light,
horizon,
a
where African
testament
rhinos
to
march like
nature's
ancient
delicate
titans.
craftsmanship,
Each gust
but
of
its
wind carries the
colors
breath of
are
the
not
Creator,
merely for
and each
beauty.
footstep upon the earth
They
is a
are
testament to the
declaration
enduring
of
life He has
itself,
bestowed upon this
a
land.
statement that
God
even
placed
in a
predators
world
and
where
prey,
survival
rainy
is a
seasons and merciless
relentless
droughts,
struggle between
but He also
life
gave
and
every
death,
creature a sacred
there is
purpose.
still a place
Lions
for
maintain
joy.
balance. While the beasts
toucan
spread
lives
life,
high
African
in the
rhinos
trees,
clear the way for new
where it
grass to flourish.
surveys the world
Every
below
species plays its
with
part in this
calm
perfect design.
detachment.
The savanna
It
is
does
not just a
not
landscape.
rush.
It is an
Does
eternal
not
symphony of
scramble.
life, where
It
every being
moves
has a place,
effortlessly
and every
through the
movement
branches,
holds divine meaning.
basking in the sunlight. And
Yet,
when
amidst
it
this
wishes,
breathtaking
it
masterpiece, a
simply
shadow
spreads
looms,
its wings
threatening to
and
obscure God's
soars.
light. The plague
A
of poaching.
streak of color
Lions and
gliding
hyenas are
across
not the greatest
sky.
threats to the majestic
Its
creatures
diet
of the savanna.
reflects the
Humans
very
are.
essence of
Driven
its
by greed,
existence.
by false
It
beliefs,
is not
by the
a
pursuit of
predator.
meaningless wealth,
It does
poachers
not
have heartlessly
seek
stolen the
the
lives
thrill
of
of the
countless
chase.
babies. African rhinos are
Instead,
slaughtered for their
it
horns,
enjoys
elephants
the
are massacred
simple
for their
pleasure
ivory,
of feasting
and leopards
on
and
ripe
lions are
fruit
hunted
from
for
the
their skins.
treetops.
The crack
It
of
is the
gunfire shatters the silence of the
sorrow
plains,
of the Amazon,
not in service of the natural order,
dispersing
but to
seeds
satisfy
across
human
the
desire.
rainforest, ensuring
God
its
gifted mankind
continued
with
growth.
wisdom, but not to
Without
destroy his
fangs,
creation,
without
not to
brute
erase the
force,
wonders he so
simply
carefully
by
designed.
existing.
We cannot
The
stand
toucan
idly by while the
plays
savanna
an
is reduced to a barren
irreplaceable
wasteland,
role in the grand
where only the
design
bones of
God's
fallen giants
creation.
remain beneath the scorching
Yet
sun,
even the
where
most
the echoes of
radiant
life that
creatures
once
have
flourished
their
are buried beneath
enemies.
the dry, lifeless earth.
Jaguars, green anacondas,
Protecting the
harpy
savanna
eagles,
is not just
all
about
see the
saving
toucan
wildlife.
as a
It is about
potential
fulfilling
meal.
the mission God entrusted to
God
us.
has not left
We
it
remain
defenseless.
stewards, guardians,
He gave it
not destroyers.
agile wings,
If
the
we do nothing,
ability to
a
dart
day will come
between
when the great
branches
herds
in
of
an
wildebeest no
instant,
longer roam
and
the grasslands,
eyes that are
when the
always
African
alert.
rhino no longer stands
It is
proud upon
not
the plains,
strong, but
when the
it is
lion's
swift.
roar is nothing
It
more
is
than a memory
not
lost to
fierce,
time.
but
But
it
if we
is
rise,
wise.
if we protect what
And
remains,
with its sharp
if we embrace the
instincts,
responsibility
it
that God has
survives
given
in a
us,
jungle
then the
where
savanna will
danger
endure.
lurks from the
The symphony of
treetops
life
to
will
the
play on,
forest.
and this sacred land will remain a testament to his creation forever.
In the great symphony of the Amazon, every creature is a note. The jaguar is the pounding drum, the crocodile the deep, rumbling bass, the anaconda the slow, creeping undertone of silent death. But the toucan, it is the flute, light, free, and untamed. Its call does not threaten, does not signal terror. It simply sings the melody of life. When it calls, the jungle brightens, as if reminding all who dwell within that even in a land ruled by deadly predators, there is still space for beauty, for vibrance, for a creature that does not need to fight to exist. And as the sun sets beyond the treetops and darkness begins to creep in once more, the toucan's call rings out again, as if singing of the wonder of this world, of its own presence in the perfect masterpiece that God has painted. Beneath the dense canopy of the Amazon, where rivers rush and shadows stretch across the forest floor, a song rises as night falls. It is not the growl of the jaguar, nor the hiss of the green anaconda, nor the splash of the crocodile. It is a delicate yet unmistakable melody, a song that does not belong to predator or prey, but to a masterful artist placed by God to weave beauty into the grand symphony of the Amazon. The frog. The frogs of the Amazon have no claws to hunt, no thick hides to shield them from danger, no brute strength to overpower other creatures. But God did not create them for battle. He created them to sing, to keep the Amazon alive with its own rhythm, a melody that never ceases in the embrace of nature. As the last golden rays of the sun filter through the trees, as twilight fades beyond the horizon, the tiny musicians begin their performance. Each note shimmers in the air, blending with the rustling leaves, the murmur of flowing water, the buzzing of insects. It is not a meaningless tune. It is the signal of life, a reminder that the Amazon is not only ruthless, but also graceful, not only a battleground, but also a sanctuary of peace. God has gifted the Amazon's frogs not with power, but with survival through adaptation and artistry. Their skin is more than just a shield. It is a masterpiece painted by God in brilliant hues. Electric blue, fiery orange, vivid red, radiant yellow. Each frog wears a unique design that no other creature can replicate. But these colors are not merely for beauty. They are a warning. Some frogs carry deadly toxins within their skin, a message to any would-be predator that they are no easy meal. Those who foolishly test their luck suffer the consequences, for God has equipped these tiny beings with a defense as elegant as it is lethal, a perfect balance of danger and beauty. Yet, not all Amazonian frogs flaunt vibrant colors. Some choose invisibility. Cloaked in earthy browns and leafy greens, they vanish into the forest, melting into bark and foliage like ghosts. They do not need venom to survive. Instead, they wield the art of concealment, an intricate gift from God that allows them to slip unseen through a world full of threats. But whether hidden or radiant, whether small or carrying the touch of death, all Amazonian frogs share one unbreakable bond. They are the tireless musicians of the rainforest, the devoted performers in nature's grand orchestra. Each species has its own voice, its own rhythm, its own irreplaceable part in the endless song of the jungle. Some hum deep, resonant tones, while others produce sharp, metallic chirps. Some whisper delicate notes, heard only in the hush of the night. And if one day you find yourself lost in the depths of the Amazon, pause for a moment. Close your eyes. Listen. Somewhere, hidden in the shadows, beneath the damp leaves and tangled branches, God's musicians still sing, a song without end, a symphony that never fades, a reminder that no matter how the world changes, no matter how long the strong may reign, there will always be small creatures who continue to sing. There will always be music in the rainforest, and as long as they keep singing, the Amazon will continue to live. The parrot, a bird that God did not create to be concealed, but to call out boldly, to soar across the rainforest sky like a declaration of life itself. In the grand symphony of the Amazon, where predators melt into the shadows and others wait quietly for the dawn, the parrot is the voice that shatters the silence, proclaiming that light still reigns over the vast wilderness. God did not create the parrot to hide like the three-toed sloth, nor to flee like the smaller creatures, nor to bring death like the jaguar or crocodile. Instead, he gifted it with wings strong enough to conquer the skies, feathers painted in radiant hues that streak across the green canopy like a living rainbow, and a voice so loud and commanding that it fills the forest with the unmistakable sound of life. As the first rays of sunlight pierce through the mist, as golden light filters through the dense foliage, the parrots are the first to break the morning silence. No other creature's call is like theirs, sharp, resounding, as if awakening the entire rainforest from its deep slumber. It is more than just sound. It is a celebration of a new day, a hymn of freedom, a burst of laughter in a world ruled by survival and instinct. Parrots do not shy away from being seen. They move in flocks, streaks of red, green, yellow, and blue dancing across the sky like brushstrokes on nature's greatest canvas. No other bird can match their majesty, each feather shimmering as if God himself painted them with sunlight and fire. When a flock of parrots takes flight, the sky transforms into a living masterpiece, painted with the boldest colors of creation. But parrots are not just beautiful. They are also among the most intelligent birds in the world. God did not only give them powerful wings, he gave them wisdom, an ability few other creatures possess. They learn, they mimic, they remember every sound, every call of the jungle. They do not simply sing, they speak. They do not simply listen, they answer. No other being in the Amazon interacts with nature quite like the parrot, a creature that converses with the rainforest, turning the sounds around it into a language of its own. Parrots do not fear predators, for they possess something no hunter can take away: unity. They do not live alone, do not face the darkness and solitude. They fly together, calling to one another with cries that announce their presence to the entire jungle. If a predator lurks within the canopy, the parrots will know. They will sound the alarm, breaking the silence with their calls, stripping the hunter of its greatest advantage, secrecy. Yet, God did not create the parrot only to live in peace. Despite their speed, intelligence, and loyalty to one another, they still face a far greater enemy: humans. Greedy hands seek to steal their colors, to capture what was meant to be free, to lock them in cages where wings meant for the sky are reduced to mere decoration. But even in captivity, even when torn from the Amazon, their voices never fade. They do not fall silent. They do not surrender. They never lose their essence. They continue to call out, to sing, to cry for the freedom that was always theirs. In the great symphony of the Amazon, where the crocodile is the booming drum, where the jaguar is the commanding trumpet, where the anaconda is the deep, silent bass, the parrot is the blazing fanfare of trumpets, a sound no one can ignore, a melody that cannot be silenced. It is not just the voice of nature, but the echo of the jungle's soul, a proclamation of life, joy, and the boundless spirit of flight that God has placed within them. And if one day you stand within the heart of the Amazon, listen. Amidst the rustling leaves, beneath the wild, chaotic heartbeat of the jungle, you will hear a call, strong, vibrant, and fearless. It is the voice of the parrot, a creature that God created to bring joy, color, and freedom into this world. No matter how many centuries pass, no matter how the jungle changes, its call will always be there, ringing through the rainforest like a sacred reminder that freedom is the most precious gift God has given to all living beings. Beneath the dense canopy of the Amazon rainforest, where rivers weave like flowing silk, it is not the roar of a predator, nor the desperate cries of prey, but a reverberating knock, measured and deliberate, against the wood. As if God himself were keeping time for the great symphony of the Amazon. In this world, God placed an artisan, a creature that does not hunt in silence, nor does it flee from darkness, but instead melds into the forest through its rhythm. The woodpecker, a being created not to cower, not to run, but to hammer out the pulse of the wilderness, an unwavering craftsman, an eternal conductor guiding the flow of life. God did not grant it the sweet melodies of the parrots, nor the speed and precision of airborne hunters. Instead, he gave it a different gift: powerful wings, an unbreakable beak, and an indomitable instinct to seek, discover, create, and carve new beginnings from the very heart of the Amazon's ancient trees. Amidst the stillness of the jungle, while others rest, the woodpecker raises its voice, not in song, not in calls, but in relentless, unwavering knocks against the bark. Each strike a reminder that life endures, that the Amazon breathes, that even within decaying trunks, miracles unfold. But it does not knock merely to make noise. It knocks to unlock life itself. Its strikes do not destroy, but resurrect. They do not waste, but reveal the hidden wonders within nature's hardened shell. Beneath each layer of bark, concealed insects stir, tiny creatures that have never seen the light of day. And when the woodpecker finds them, it does more than feed itself. It opens new doorways for countless others in the Amazon. The tiny holes it leaves behind are not mere marks. They are gateways to new life. Wild bees find refuge and build hives within them. Moths escape from lurking predators, and smaller birds turn them into safe havens. A rotting tree may seem like a sign of decay, but wherever the woodpecker's beak lands, the old is reborn, and the forest cycle begins anew. No one can hear the heartbeat of the Amazon, but the woodpecker can. And through its steady rhythm, it becomes God's own hand, knocking the eternal pulse of the jungle. God did not send the woodpecker alone into this world. He gave it a resilient body, a beak as strong as steel, capable of hammering hundreds of times per second without injury. He gave it a long, flexible tongue reaching deep into the wood to extract prey that no other creature can touch. He gave it powerful legs and razor-sharp claws, gripping the trees like a relentless craftsman, never wavering, never tiring. But above all, he gifted it with persistence, a rare virtue in a world that constantly rushes forward. While the jaguar stalks in patience, while the caiman waits in stillness, the woodpecker knocks, unceasing, untiring, a reminder to the forest that even the smallest actions can create the grandest changes. In the flowing rivers of the Amazon, where jaguars prowl in the shadows, where green anacondas lurk beneath the water's surface, where crocodiles wait in silent anticipation, there exists a creature that does not fight, does not hunt, and does not rush. God placed it in the Amazon not to conquer, not to dominate, but to preserve the balance of life, to ensure that this great jungle is not merely a battleground for survival, but a masterpiece of harmony. The Amazon turtle does not race through the currents, nor does it claim territory through force. It does not need sharp fangs or powerful claws to endure. Instead, God granted it something far greater: patience, tranquility, and a lifespan long enough to witness entire generations of creatures rise and fall within the rainforest's endless cycle of life. Its hardened shell is not just a shield, but a symbol of eternity, a silent witness to the ceaseless flow of time. It is not as swift as the crocodile, not as mysterious as the anaconda, nor as agile as the jaguar. Yet, while predators wage their endless battles for dominance, the turtle survives in its own way, slowly, yet never stopping, fragile, yet never broken. Each time the sun rises over the river, turtles climb onto rocks and fallen logs to bask in the golden warmth. They do not fear, nor do they hide. They simply exist, absorbing the light that God has bestowed upon them, as if the entire rainforest pauses for a moment to admire their peaceful presence. No other creature in the Amazon brings such a profound sense of serenity as the turtles do. But turtles are more than just silent observers of the river's rhythm. God has given them a sacred duty, one that ensures the cycle of life continues. As the waters rise, reaching the soft, golden shores of the riverbanks, turtles return to fulfill their purpose. They do not rush, nor do they seek attention. They dig patiently, carving cradles of sand to hold the fragile eggs that will become the future of the Amazon. Then, as quietly as they arrived, they slip back into the river, leaving behind a legacy that will soon awaken to life. And when the eggs hatch, the newborn turtles face their first and greatest challenge. Crocodiles, predatory birds, and large fish lie in wait, ready to seize the tiny hatchlings before they reach the safety of the water. Many will not survive. Yet, despite overwhelming odds, the young turtles do not hesitate. They push forward, driven by an instinct greater than fear, an unshakable will to endure. God has placed within them the spirit of resilience, a refusal to surrender, no matter how cruel the world may be. Turtles are not just part of the Amazon's ecosystem. They are its silent architects, shaping the river's story with their quiet persistence. When, An aged turtle glides through the water when the sunset reflects off its ancient shell, when it rests upon the sand like a living stone of nature. The Amazon seems to soften, to slow, to breathe in harmony with its presence. Without turtles, the Amazon would be nothing but an arena of survival. With them, it is a place of balance, resilience, and a rhythm that cannot be replaced. God did not create turtles to be the strongest, nor to be rulers. He created them to remind the world that beauty is not found only in speed or power, but in stillness, in adaptation, in the quiet endurance of time itself. Amidst the roars, the lightning-fast strikes, the crushing coils of death, there remains one creature that moves gently, lives humbly, and enriches the Amazon in its own silent way. And if one day you stand beside the Amazon River, pause for a moment. Listen to the flowing water, to the wind whispering through the trees. Look upon the surface of the river where a glimmering shell catches the sunlight. That is the turtle, a guardian of life, a keeper of harmony, a timeless presence in a world that never stops moving. And then, when God created the Amazon, He did not simply paint a vast rainforest where rivers flowed like lifeblood through the wilderness, where mist rose from the dense canopy like the breath of the earth itself. He did not merely pour into it the endless green of the leaves, the blazing red of the macaws, or the golden shimmer of the setting sun reflected on the river's surface. He created the Amazon to be the kingdom of the greatest predators, a place where only the strongest survive, not just to exist, but to shape the very fabric of this magnificent ecosystem. From the shadows of towering trees, the jaguar moves like a god of death. No one sees it, no one hears it. Only a silent specter glides through the undergrowth, its piercing eyes locked onto every breath of its prey. And then, in a single heartbeat, the storm breaks, a perfect strike, a crushing bite more powerful than any other big cat on Earth, piercing the skull of its victim before it even realizes what has happened. The jaguar is not just a predator, it is the executioner, the unseen hand of God within the jungle, a flawless embodiment of silent, merciless precision. Beneath the water's surface, in the murky depths of the Amazon's rivers, the green anaconda does not chase, nor does it rush. It waits, as still as the shadows themselves, vanishing into the darkness of the current. And when the fateful moment arrives, it explodes from the water, coiling around its victim like a living hurricane, crushing every breath, every pulse, every last flicker of resistance in a grip that cannot be undone. God did not create the anaconda to hunt in haste. He made it a reminder that even in stillness, death is always lurking. And in the silent marshes, the black caiman, a phantom of the Amazon's dark waters, lies motionless, indistinguishable from a floating log. Nothing detects its presence. Nothing foresees the moment it will lunge from the depths, its jaws capable of crushing steel, locking its prey in a death grip stronger than any force in the animal kingdom. It does not need a second chance. One strike, and all is lost beneath the waves. God did not create it to rule alone, but to maintain the balance, to cull the weak from the ecosystem. But the Amazon is not only ruled by predators of the land and water. In the skies above, the harpy eagle circles under the golden sun, God's blade carried on wings of power. Its gaze, sharper than any blade, locks onto its prey far below. And when it descends, nothing can stop it. talons longer than a bear's claws, strength enough to lift a fully grown monkey into the air as effortlessly as a fallen leaf. The harpy eagle does not hunt out of mere instinct. It hunts as an artist, a warrior gifted by God with the wings of a ruler. Yet, amidst all these beings crafted for the hunt, God also placed creatures that do not need to kill, do not need weapons, yet live with pride and purpose. The macaw, with its radiant feathers, never hides from the world, but instead celebrates the life that God has given it. The three-toed sloth, moving at the pace of time itself, remains untouched by the urgency of survival, an emblem of tranquility in a world of chaos. The Amazon turtle, carrying on its back the wisdom of centuries, proves that true strength does not always lie in speed or ferocity, but in endurance and patience. God did not create the Amazon to be merely a forest. He did not fill it with nameless creatures, nor allow it to be swallowed by meaningless death. He made it a grand symphony of life and death, an arena where the strongest do not merely prevail, but uphold the delicate order of nature itself. If the caiman is the deep, rumbling drum, if the anaconda is the haunting cello, if the jaguar is the sharp cry of the trumpet, then the macaw is the brilliant high note, the woodpecker the steady rhythm, and the sloth the necessary silence that binds them all together. No creature is without purpose. No being exists without meaning. God placed every link in its perfect position so that the Amazon would not be a land of mere survival, but a kingdom of eternal balance and breathtaking beauty. And if one day you stand in the heart of the Amazon, close your eyes and listen. You will hear the rhythmic tapping of the woodpecker, the joyous laughter of the macaws, the gentle ripples of water where the caiman waits. You will feel the presence of unseen hunters, the piercing eyes watching, the silent forces moving within the jungle's depths. And when you open your eyes, you will see shadows gliding through the trees, wings cutting across the sky, the magnificent beings that God placed here to remind the world that the Amazon is not just a forest. It is the kingdom of Earth's greatest predators, a masterpiece of life itself, unmatched anywhere else on this planet. Or a destroyer that God entrusted to Yellowstone, a shadow warrior that God entrusted to Yellowstone, ensuring that its rhythms remain unbroken. As spring arrives, Yellowstone awakens with the songs of birds, the sight of bison calves galloping across the plains, and bear cubs witnessing sunlight for the first time. Yet, the lynx keeps its distance, watching from the depths of the ancient forest. Then winter arrives, smothering the land in a blanket of white. The hares now number in the thousands. Ground squirrels scurry for shelter. The lynx moves through the frozen wilderness, its thick fur fluffed like a royal cloak, its massive paws gliding effortlessly across deep snow where others would sink. In the frigid darkness, it hunts. Every step weightless, every leap precise. No one hears it. No one hears it. No one sees it. Only its tracks remain, fleeting imprints on the snow, a whispered memory of an unseen ruler. And so, through the long centuries of Yellowstone, the lynx endures, silent, unseen, yet ever faithful to its purpose. Not for glory, not for power, but for the eternal balance of creation. God did not place the lynx in this world to be praised, but to become a part of nature's great symphony. Not the strongest, not the fastest, but the perfect phantom, a hunter even nature itself reveres in quiet respect. And so, though no one hears its roar, Though no one witnesses its battles, the lynx remains, a silent specter of Yellowstone, a warrior placed upon this earth by God to guard the beating heart of the deep forest. Among the towering peaks, where the wind howls through sheer rock faces, where the golden light of the sun bathes the rugged slopes, God placed the bighorn sheep in Yellowstone, a conqueror of nature, a living monument to strength, endurance, and an unbreakable will. Unlike the fierce predators that roam the valleys below, the bighorn sheep is neither loud nor brutal. Yet, it stands as a master of adaptation, a creature sculpted for survival in places where even raging blizzards cannot claim dominion. With its majestic, curling horns, a crown of a true warrior, and its sure-footed hooves gripping the narrowest of ledges, the bighorn sheep does not merely endure. It rules a kingdom few dare to enter. God did not create the bighorn sheep to roam the grassy plains, nor did he place it within the dense forests. Instead, he set it upon the perilous cliffs, where a single misstep means certain death. But rather than succumbing to fear, the bighorn sheep thrives, mastering each jagged rock, each sheer precipice, each blade-thin ridge that others would never dare to tread. Its steps are as light as the wind, yet as firm as stone. Its hooves a divine gift, gripping onto surfaces so treacherous that even the most agile beasts would hesitate. When a winter storm sweeps across the mountains, when the cold tightens its grip upon Yellowstone, the bighorn sheep does not seek shelter, does not flee. It stands, as unshaken as the cliffs themselves, a testament to God's unyielding strength. Yet, even as the master of the cliffs, the bighorn sheep is not spared from the relentless trials of Yellowstone. As winter deepens and the land is swallowed by ice, food becomes scarce. It must climb higher, travel farther, searching for the last remaining patches of dry grass hidden among the frozen rocks. But nature's trials do not end there. God did not test the bighorn sheep with the elements alone. He set predators upon its path. The gray wolf, master of strategy, the grizzly, titan of the wilderness, and sometimes the mountain lion, the ghostly hunter of the cliffs. Yet, the bighorn sheep is no easy prey. When hunted, it does not flee in blind panic. It climbs higher and higher beyond the reach of those who pursue it, to ledges so steep and narrow that no predator can follow. And if cornered, it fights. With horns curled like nature's scythes, it charges, delivering bone-shattering blows capable of felling a wolf in a single strike. One clash of its mighty head can send an attacker tumbling from the heights, a brutal warning that even the hunted can become the hunter. Though it lives in the most unforgiving of landscapes, the bighorn sheep never bows to hardship. From the moment it takes its first steps as a lamb, it learns the ways of the cliffs, forging itself through trials that few could endure. It is not born to be protected. It is born to stand alone, to leave its mark upon the mountains where no other beast dares to tread. And when spring returns, when the sun once again kisses the peaks of Yellowstone, the first cries of newborn bighorn lambs echo from the cliffs. They are living proof of a species that has defied time, of a will that God Himself has instilled, a strength that can never be broken. It does not rely on speed. It does not wield sheer power. Yet, it dominates landscapes where even the fiercest of creatures fear to go. God did not create the bighorn sheep for battle, but if challenged, it does not retreat. He did not place it in easy pastures, but upon the most treacherous cliffs, so that with every step it may prove that strength is not just in muscle, but in will. And so, upon the towering peaks of Yellowstone, among the sheer rock faces where only the sky and the wind are its companions, the bighorn sheep climbs still, defying gravity, defying the elements, defying the very limits of nature itself, because it is not merely an animal. It is a conqueror, a guardian of the cliffs, a creature of defiance, placed upon this earth by God to remind us that no obstacle is insurmountable, no challenge unconquerable. Amid the gentle currents of winding rivers, beneath the tranquil reflection of the sky upon still lakes, God placed the North American beaver in Yellowstone, not as a predator, not as a conqueror, but as a master architect, a tireless craftsman shaping the wonders of the wild. It does not wield the razor-sharp claws of the mountain lion, nor the deadly speed of the gray wolf, nor the overwhelming power of the grizzly bear. Instead, the beaver possesses something far greater: persistence, intelligence, and the hands of a builder. God did not create the beaver to wander aimlessly. He gave it a divine mission to transform the wilderness, to sculpt watery gardens, to bring life where there was none. As the golden hues of sunset dance upon the surface of Yellowstone's lakes, the beaver is more than just an animal. It is a craftsman, a planner, an architect of nature. With chisel-like incisors as sharp as a carpenter's blade, it fells mighty trees, clearing the way for the grand structures etched into its very instincts by God Himself. When rushing waters threaten to wash away the land, when floods threaten to erase entire valleys, the beaver does not run. It builds, branch by branch, log by log, willow by 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 willow. It constructs, not merely blocking the flow of water, but shaping it, turning barren stretches into thriving wetlands where fish multiply, where waterfowl find sanctuary, where trees take root in the enriched soil. The dams the beaver builds are not just homes, they are the foundation of entire ecosystems, shelters for hundreds of creatures that rely on the stability it provides. But Yellowstone is no gentle paradise, and the beaver is not granted an existence free of trials. It does not hunt, but it is hunted, a target for silent predators lurking along the riverbanks. The gray wolf waits in the reeds, the mountain lion stalks from the shadows, the grizzly bear prowls the waterways, all watching, waiting for a moment of weakness. But God did not make the beaver defenseless. When darkness falls, when the breath of predators lingers over the silent waters, the beaver does not flee. It disappears. Through the labyrinth of tunnels and hidden pathways it has carved beneath the river, it slips away beyond the reach of fang or claw. It dives deep, slapping its broad tail against the water, a warning to its kin, before vanishing into the safety of its submerged fortress. God did not create the beaver to fight, but to survive through ingenuity. But the beaver's mission is greater than its own survival. Through its relentless construction, it guides the rivers, prevents erosion, and carves out the wetlands, those hidden oases where forests flourish, where migratory birds find rest, where fish thrive in the cool depths. Without the beaver, rivers would rage unchecked, sweeping away the land. Without the beaver, shallow waters would dry, leaving the landscape barren. God did not place the beaver in Yellowstone as just another creature, but as a vital force woven into the ecosystem itself. It does not roar like the lion, it does not hunt like the wolf, it does not wander like the bear. It builds, it creates, it preserves. And when the streams flow strong, when the forests at the river's edge grow lush and green, when the waters teem with life, that is the beaver's legacy, the silent mark of an unseen architect whom God entrusted to shape the land. Not the strongest, not the fastest, but the one who changes the world in its own way. And so, amid the rushing rivers, beneath the towering trees of the lake shore, the beaver toils on, unceasing, unyielding, constructing water kingdoms that no other creature could ever create. God did not make the beaver a warrior. He made it a guardian, a creator, a keeper of Yellowstone's eternal rhythm. Deep within the ancient forests of Yellowstone, where crystal-clear streams weave through emerald valleys, where towering trees cast their endless shadows, God placed the black bear, a traveler through time, a warrior of the shadows, an embodiment of endurance and adaptability. Not a ruthless predator like the mountain lion, not an unstoppable force like the grizzly, not a pack hunter like the gray wolf. The black bear does not need to dominate to survive. It does not need to fight to claim victory. It simply follows the path God intended, living in its own way, strong yet silent, independent yet resilient, a survivor that never yields. Across the vast meadows and through the thick woodlands, the black bear claims no kingdom, no fixed domain. It does not build empires like the beaver. It does not relentlessly hunt like the wolf, nor does it steal like the grizzly. It is a wanderer, a silent shadow slipping through Yellowstone, surviving by sheer wit and instinct. God did not grant it the fastest legs, but He gave it silent footsteps. God did not give it the deadliest claws, but He blessed it with agility and intelligence. God did not make it a ruler, but He gifted it wisdom to avoid unnecessary battles. When spring arrives, the black bear does not rush into conflict over food like other predators. It understands that in nature, survival belongs not to the strongest, but to the smartest. It follows the rivers, seeking the first berries of the season. It overturns stones to find insects, digs into damp earth to unearth sweet roots. And when necessary, it becomes a predator, striking down an isolated fawn or snatching an unwary squirrel from the treetops. But the black bear does not hunt for dominance. It hunts for survival, playing its role in the delicate balance that God Himself has woven into the fabric of nature. The phantom of the forest when danger approaches, but Yellowstone is no sanctuary for the weak. The gray wolves hunt in disciplined packs, the mountain lion stalks from the shadows, and the grizzly takes what it pleases. Yet, among these powerful predators, the black bear persists, not through brute force, but through cunning and strategy. When a grizzly lumbers too close, the black bear does not stand and fight. It does not waste energy in a battle it cannot win. It simply disappears. Silent as the wind, swift as a shadow, it vanishes before danger can ever reach it. But when its cubs are threatened, when it is backed into a corner, the black bear does not flee. With razor-sharp claws and a strike powerful enough to break bone, the black bear transforms into a warrior, a fighter that refuses to fall. As icy winds sweep through the valleys, as the earth is buried beneath deep snow, as other creatures struggle to find food, the black bear is ready. It does not hunt in the blizzards like the gray wolf. It does not face the cold alone like the mountain lion. It does not scavenge for scraps like the grizzly. The black bear has already prepared. All summer and fall, it wandered the forests of Yellowstone, gathering every berry, every fish, every scrap of food nature had to offer. It has stored enough energy to turn winter into rest rather than a fight for survival. As the first snows begin to fall, the black bear retreats to a hidden den, curling up in the thick coat God gave it, and surrenders to a deep sleep, not out of weakness, but to rebuild its strength, not to hide, but to prepare for the coming spring. It does not have the strongest claws, It does not have the fastest legs. It does not have the largest domain. Yet, the black bear endures, thrives, and walks through Yellowstone as a supreme survivor, a creature that defies the odds not with brute strength, but with intelligence and adaptability. And when spring returns, when the forests glow with golden sunlight, the black bear awakens, stepping out of its den once more, continuing its eternal journey as a nomad of the wild, a silent warrior whom God placed in this land to remind the world that in nature, the true victor is not the strongest, but the one who learns to adapt. And so, in the wilderness of Yellowstone, among ancient trees and glacial rivers, the black bear still walks, an immortal witness of time, a survivor who will never bow. Beneath the Earth's surface, where fire smolders in deep, unseen fissures, where steam rises from ancient underground veins, where glacial rivers carve the breathtaking valleys, God created Yellowstone as a masterpiece, a flawless fragment of nature, a world where life and wilderness are bound together in an unchanging order. Yellowstone is not merely a land, not just forests stretching endlessly, mountains standing resolute, or vast plains fading into the horizon. It is a symphony of nature where every creature, from the smallest to the mightiest, plays an irreplaceable role in the eternal dance of life. Here, rulers of the sky command the heavens. Bald eagles soar above, their wings casting shadows over the meadows and winding rivers, guardians of the wild, messengers sent by God to watch over this sacred land. Here, wanderers of the deep forests walk their untamed paths. Gray wolves move through the misty dawn, Yellowstone's cold-hearted warriors, enforcing nature's law with the instincts and wisdom bestowed upon them by the Creator. Here, giants of the wilderness observe in silence. Grizzlies stand at the river's edge, gazing upon the flowing waters as if they have witnessed the passage of thousands of years, as if they embody time itself. Here, builders of the future toil endlessly, fulfilling the mission nature entrusted to them. Beavers sculpt the landscape, carving rivers, shaping wetlands, and maintaining the balance of the ecosystem, not with brute force, but with precision and patience. Every creature here is not just alive, it is part of an eternal cycle. No being is without purpose. No existence is in vain. Yellowstone is not a land of stillness. It is a place of movement, a perpetual song, a cycle of life and death, of freezing winters and rebirth in spring. When spring arrives, glacial streams thaw, releasing pure waters across the plains. Newborn moose take their first shaky steps. Bear cubs emerge from their dens to see the world for the first time, and wolf packs howl to signal the beginning of a new era. When summer unfolds, Yellowstone wears a vibrant green mantle. Bison herds thunder across the open grasslands, deer prance through shaded groves, and eagles soar in the boundless sky, watching over a world teeming with life. Then autumn sweeps in, bringing crisp winds and golden hues to the forests. This is the season of preparation. Wolves hunt with greater urgency, grizzlies and black bears scavenge the last berries of summer, and flocks of migrating birds trace their ancient roots across the sky. And when winter drapes the land in white, Yellowstone does not die. It sleeps, it breathes, it waits to awaken once more in the light of spring. Nothing is accidental. Nothing is random. Everything in Yellowstone exists by divine design. Every mountain, every river, every endless plain, they are the scriptures of nature. Every gust of wind, every howl of the wolf, every wing beat of the eagle, they are whispers of the Creator. Every life that begins and ends, every dawn that breaks and every night that falls, they are the movements of an unending symphony composed by God Himself. Yellowstone is not just a park, not just a wilderness. It is proof of nature's eternity, of creation's strength, of the perfect balance set forth by God. And so, as time passes, as winters return, as wolves vanish and reappear, as grizzlies are born and fade, as rivers carve new paths, Yellowstone remains a symbol of untouched wilderness, a divine jewel of the world, a living testament to the ever-turning cycle of life. God created Yellowstone not just for humankind to behold, but for nature to sing its own song, for life to write its own story, a story with no end, a symphony that never ceases, a legend that time can never erase.
With the wind from southwest, boys, we haul our ship to